Hey, Robert. Which mods? I don't know. But we're starting with Garden of Rosa Rito. I just need to get to the mod folder. Oh boy, hold on. Yeah, that's probably not going to work. Copy that. Put that in there. Delete that folder. Stella NTR mod, no. I don't think I'm ever going to play that one. Especially seeing as the state it's still in is just a draft. What is this one doing here? What happened to Wani Gamer? I swear I put Wani... Oh, Wani Gamer's probably on the other PC, isn't it? Uh-oh. That's okay. Just gonna delete that. Delete it. No? Can I not delete it? There we go. Reload mods. There we go. Reload again. There we go. If Garden of Rosa is the one I'm thinking of, it was good and had a few routes, just weren't finished. No, it didn't get an update. I'm just doing the ones that I haven't played yet. I've seen was it Smug Fox played Garden of Rosa, but I don't know if he played the Redo version. Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs. Nothing's wrong yet. At least, yeah, nothing's wrong with me. God, I'm hoping I don't get a stomach ache. I may or may not have eaten bad meat, but when I was having some turkey sandwiches, I'm looking at the turkey meat and I'm like, wait, this kind of looks like a tinge of green, so maybe maybe I should not eat it. So I don't know what I ate before was also tainted, but so far so good. It looks a little lopsided. Hold on. I just noticed that, and it's making my OCD go. What time are we at? Oh, we're just at 5, so I'm gonna have something else to drink and then we'll start. Oof. Alright. Gameplay. Chicken sashimi, no. Alright, looks good. Truck stop egg salad sandwich. I don't do gas station sandwiches, dude, every time. They just don't make you feel right. Hey, fire. The fog is thick this morning as I make the trek to Volcano High, silently cursing Trish. It's Saturday today, and instead of getting some quality shitposting in, I've got another date with the gardening club. Seems Trish didn't like how close I was getting to her little band and decided to Thanks for the sub, Ghost. Oh, it's this mod. Well, apparently there's the Redo version, and I've seen Smug Fox play like the before demo, I believe. Hey, Zhao. Seems Trish didn't like how close I was getting to her little band and decided to rat me out to Spears for more torrenting. I even used a VPN this time. Damn that little purple pain in the ass, ruining my perfectly good weekend just for a little revenge. Sighing, I pull my jacket closer around me. A part of me knows that I'm not mad at missing my shitposting time, even if it is prime Euro hours right now. Today, Fang and I had made plans to hang out a bit. She said she was going to expose me to some good music, something about a record store she liked. Reed was going to come along too, so at least Fang had some company today, but her text back this morning seemed pretty bummed. Maybe I can make it up to her. Ugh, why do I feel this way? I don't remember that title card. I don't either, so hopefully we get to some new grounds here. After what feels like an eternity, I finally make it to the back of the school. The resplendent gardens laid out before me. I'll turn this down on my end a bit. Strangely, there's no sign of Rosa or Stella anywhere. The assembled gardening tools laid out as before. A small group of students standing directionless in front of them. Silently, I join the back of the line, hoping to avoid attention as I whip out my phone, hoping to send a quick text to Fang. Before I can finish, Rosa comes storming out of the school, hurrying over. It's not like her to be late to these campus beautification projects, and something seems to have upset her. I already know what it is because I've seen the original demo. Rosa tries to hide it as she walks in front of the group, but I catch her wiping her eyes on her palm, clear evidence of tears apparent on her face. So sorry, everyone. I was dealing with some things. Rosa takes a deep breath to steady herself, clapping her hands together as much to get our attention as to calm her own nerves. What could be the matter? Rosa starts to hand out gardening equipment to the assembled crowd, not looking anyone in the eye. Today should go quickly, just some maintenance and... A student interrupts Rosa, raising their hand. Rosa, I think someone wrecked your flowers over there. The yellow ankylosaur pointed over to a section of the garden, the damage even visible from this distance. Wincing, I inspect the damage, having been distracted with my thoughts to notice beforehand. Seems some jokers went around and smashed all of Rosa's red camellias, leaving the evidence scattered all over. I glance quickly over to Rosa, expecting to see her growing red as the flowers with indignant rage. Instead, she just stands there, her shoulders sagged, her face a picture of misery. Oh. And that gave me a pickle. Are we bringing discord into this? Rosa sniffed, trying to keep her tears at bay. The assembled students shift their feet awkwardly, glancing at one another. Could one of them be the culprit? Glancing back to Rosa, I can tell she's close to breaking down, too distraught to direct the students. Hey, why don't I help you, Rosa? Good, someone is stepping up to do the right thing. Wait. That someone is me. The words someone leaving my mouth before I know what I'm doing. For some reason, an image of Principal Spears flashes in my mind as I think about what I just said. The other students turn to stare at me, their surprise evident on their faces. Rosa glances towards me, wiping another tear away as she shoots me a sad smile. Gracias, Anon. Okay, everyone else, those weeds and vines won't clean themselves. Go, rapido. I just realized I'm going to be butchering languages here. I willingly walked into this mod, and I'm going to regret it. Rosa seems to retain a little composure as she shoos the rest of the students to their chores, leaving me standing there alone. Taking another steadying breath, Rosa hands me a trowel before collecting her own bag of tools, the both of us setting off over to clean up the damaged flowers. You didn't need to do that, Anon. Oh, li siento something in my eyes today. Scrubbing an arm across her eyes, Rosa laughed slightly, trying to hide her embarrassment. Watching her out of the corner of my mouth. I'm just ruining it. Alright, sit up a bit, even though it hurts. Watching her out of the corner of my eye, I mumble something non-committal in response, trying not to notice how puffy Rosa's eyes are. From the looks of them, she had something in her eyes all morning. A part of my, well, take a drink for every error is still here. That line just gave me a stroke. Needs some punctuation, just use Google Translator to see how to say it. Or I could just translate it and read it in English. The D's in Spanish make a th sound unless it's the first letter. I wouldn't know. Pork will disappoint Son Goku for lacking el Espanol. Oh no. Goku's Japanese. Let's be real. Alright, a part of me knows I shouldn't pry, but something else. A much larger part of me is dying to make sure she's okay. Damn you, Spears. Rosa, are you okay today? You, seem kinda... I mean, your eyes are... My words trail off under Rosa's intense stare as we walk across the pavement of the garden. I'm always cutting myself off early, and I don't know why. It didn't even dawn on me... Wait, it didn't even dawn on my... Another drink. Thanks for keeping me hydrated, game. It didn't even dawn on me that this may not be something Rosa wanted to share with me, a total stranger she's only met like one time before, but before I can stammer out an apology, Rosa's eyes soften, a genuine smile spreading across her face. Ah, Nino, you are so sweet to ask. It's just some things at home aren't so good, comprende? By now we've made it to the damaged flowers, petals and stems scattered all over the pavement. Rosa heaves a massive sigh as she surveys the damage. Talking seems to be helping Rosa cope with the destruction of her prized camellias, and I nod for her to continue as we kneel down to begin removing the refuse. Mi familia, they're always worrying about me so much. They always think they can hide when they are hurting. Rosa trails off, her crimson eyes gazing absently as she collected the remains of the flowers, her hands reverently holding each one before placing it in a pile. I could barely focus on clearing my own section, instead watching Rosa as the words spill out. I could see fresh tears in her eyes. Mi madre, she is the worst. She thinks I don't notice how thin she is, how her hands shake when she's in the kitchen. A sudden sob cuts off the rest of Rosa's story, and already hot tears are flowing down her face. Goku is Japanese, but based on a character from Buddhist Chinese folklore. Okay. Rito of a mod that was never finished, and the Rito is also unfinished. I know, but we're doing it anyway. I just want her to be okay, Anon. Oh jeez. I'm ill-equipped to handle this level of real talk. My conversation skills much more attuned to flinging insults on a Finnish butter-churning encyclopedia. A faint memory of my original plan, made when I moved here, flashes across my mind as I move a little closer to Rosa. I put a hand on her shoulder gingerly, and Rosa takes my hand gladly in hers, giving it a squeeze. So much for keeping under the radar. I'm sorry, Rosa. I'm so sorry. Before I know it, Rosa has her face buried in my chest, her body shaking with sobs as she holds onto my shoulders with her gloved hands. This close, I can smell her, a pleasant scent of sweat and earth, undercut with a sweet floral smell that must be her shampoo. I move my hands to her back awkwardly, trying to comfort her while also trying not to rake my dirty gloves through her long hair. I can't help but think I can't help but think, notice. I can't help but think, notice. Okay, that's a drink. I can't help but think, notice. Rosa really does have some beautiful hair. Uh-oh, alarms again. Rosa, if you ever want to, talk and stuff, I can give you my number and we can text or something. What the fuck am I doing now? Hiccuping, Rosa pulls away from my chest, and I can already feel a wet spot where her face was pressed. Her horned snoot is wet with snot. Her mascara is leaving rivulets of black down her orange face. Her big crimson eyes are bloodshot and puffy from crying, shimmering with tears as she glances up at me. A curious expression lights up her face as she sniffs once more, a mix of sadness, gratitude, and happiness. Rosa flashes me another sad smile, the alarms in my head cranking up in volume. Oh, hang on, you Chico Tonto. If you wanted my number, you just had to ask. Rosa punctuates this with a small laugh, again, scrubbing an arm across her eyes. Oh, look at me. Soy un desastre. Let me get a tissue. Rosa turns to fumble around in her bag on her hands and knees, and I try my hardest not to notice just how nice Rosa's backside looks. I'm supposed to be consoling her, not checking her out. Withdrawing a small packet of tissues, Rosa turns back, uses one to wipe her eyes as she catches her breath. I'm such a mess today, and oh, Dios mio, Anon, your shirt. Worry crosses Rosa's face as she points a gloved finger at my chest. Glancing down, I expect to see a few wet stains from Rosa's sobs, nothing that major. Instead, her mascara has stained the front of my shirt, droopy black smears covering my chest. Let me clean it for you, Anon. Instinctively, I lean back, away from Rosa's outthrust tissue. No, Rosa, that's okay, really. I'm fine. It's nothing. Whoa! In my haste to back away from Rosa, I'd forgotten just how damn clumsy I was, falling over backwards. No alarms. Yes, alarms. Rosa remains forever out of reach. That's the sad part. How many endings are finished in this version? I recall playing a version with only ending 1, I think. There was one that wrote up an ending 4, I think. Which is crazy. This thing has, like, what, 2 other mods for this mod or something? It's crazy. Rosa posters gave up hope and projects after the Raw incident. Yeah, that probably correlates. This mod is pretty old. Ah, there they are. Yeah, there they are. Cries in Spanish. Expecting to run into my chest, Rosa also pitched herself over, and the both of us fell into a heap. Rosa and I staring face to face as she landed chest first on top of me. Warning! We are now at DEFCON 1. Femoid. Femoid imminent. Spaghetti overload. Sprawled there, it's all I can do to look Rosa in the eye as she stares back at me, her bright crimson orbs locked onto mine. Desperately, I try not to think about how well Rosa's chest cushioned her fall, about how the hair spilling over her face is framing her face perfectly, about how close her lips are to mine. Seconds seem to drag into infinity as I lie there, Rosa on top of me, feeling her staccato heartbeat matching mine. I can feel my body start to relax, feel my mouth moving almost subconsciously towards Rosa's, watching through half-closed eyes as Rosa does the same. Uh-oh. Rosa is my friend. Fang is my girlfriend. A friend. What about Fang? What about Fang? Hey, are you two okay? My eyes snap open in an instant, the question immediately breaking the spell. The same ankylosaur from before is standing above us, their eyebrows raised quizzically, a pair of shades held disinterest in one hand. Rosa pushes herself up, a grunt escaping my lips as she drives her weight onto my stomach. She hauls me up with ease, her powerful arms nearly pulling my own out of their sockets. I could see her face turning bright red, the heat coming off of mine letting me know I matched her shade for shade. At once we both At once we both blather something out, each of us talking over the other. CC, I just fell in, and I needed some help getting up, and Rosa just made sure I was okay. Our excuses die out as we stand there sheepishly, trying not to catch each other's eye. The Ankylosaur just nods, a sly smile splitting their face as they turn back to their trimming. Awkward seconds tick by as I stand there trying to avoid Rosa's gaze, surreptitiously glancing her way out of the corner of my eye. She looks a mess, an errant twig is caught in her hair, and her face is still streaked with mascara. But even as I glance at her, she does the same to me, the beginnings of a smile curling at the corners of her mouth as she does so. Coughing, Rosa turns once again to her bag, her sudden binding over driving my eyes straight up to the sky, my face reddening further. When she turns back, I can see that she has her phone with her, a little red flower dangling from the strap. Can I get your number, Anon? She stammers as she holds her phone out to me, the smile she now sports making her face light up. Taking her phone with a shaky hand, I stammer out something as I punch my name and number into her phone, the default language being set to Spanish, making it take slightly longer. Sure, Rosa, just text me whenever you want to talk. I mean, if you do want to talk, that is, but you don't have to, My words trail off as I hand Rosa her phone back, flashing her what I hope is a nervous smile. Her smile deepens as she takes her phone back, our hands touching briefly as she does so. Something about Rosa makes me unable to look away, her deep crimson eyes pulling me further into her. I can sense her kindness in that glance. I can feel her love for others in that smile. I want nothing more than to make sure nothing hurts her again. It's a deal, Anon. Why did that sound like a date? It's been a few days since my close encounter of the Rosa kind took place at the school garden. That's a cute front shot. It is. This seems better than the original CG. I don't remember the original. I seem to remember it being MS Paint. I'll have to check out the Smug Fox stream. Obligatory. It should have been me. The front-facing Snoot is not as cursed as it often is. I've been feeling different ever since, like something inside of me is slowly filling up with something. Any tension that may have arisen from Fang deciding that they want to play guitar instead of bass seems to have evaporated. The band has been in a frenzy, practicing with renewed vigor. Everything was going well until... Hola, Anon. Can we talk after school? Let me clear my notifications here. Let me take a roll call, too, while I'm at it. 20 watching, that's not bad. I really need someone to talk to. I froze, standing in the middle of the school hallway, several students shouldering their way past me angrily. Since our almost kiss, Rosa and I have been texting back and forth, most of it pretty basic stuff. I was afraid to ask her about her family again, worried that it might upset her. Even I knew that sort of thing should be talked about in person, but a selfish part of me had hoped that by avoiding the issue, everything would just work itself out. Sure, where do you want to meet? There's a restaurant in Old Town that I like to go. Want to meet there? Old Town, huh? That's the part of the town that lies right at the edge, popular with the Hispanic and Latino dinos. By bus, it'll take me a while to get there, and I've got a pretty important assignment from Mr. Kaldusky to finish tonight. Fuck it, if Rosa needs to talk to someone, it's gotta be important. I'll be there. Oh, gracias, Anon. I'll send you the address. Looking forward to it. Later that day, I end up needing to take 2 buses to make it to the address Rosa texted. my mind racing as the Volcadera streets rushed by unseen. I kept telling myself to relax, that Rosa just needed someone to talk to, probably about her mother. I don't think she's told anyone else about that, even Stella, so it was natural to confide in me, right? I mean, it wasn't a date or anything, it was just getting some food. With a girl who I almost kissed the other week. I really wish those alarms would shut up. The sun had warmed up considerably as I walked the streets of Old Town, a sudden early spring heat wave causing me to sweat profusely. I tried to ignore the odd looks of passerby. Wait, the odd looks passerby kept shooting me. It was pretty rare for a human to be in Old Town alone, let alone one who was as white as I was. Hurrying along, I finally made it to the place Rosa mentioned, an old brick taqueria, a half dozen or so small plastic tables and chairs set up around the entrance. A poorly painted depiction of Dino Ball Z character towers on one side of the building, a muscle-bound Saurian, his golden crest bristling with energy. Pulling my phone out to let Rosa know I'm here, I paused to snap a picture of the faded yet surprisingly well-painted figure. Man, the boys on the Ethiopian knitting smoke signal systems aren't going to believe this. Evidence logged, I take one final look around for Rosa before suddenly someone careens into my back, their powerful arms pinning my own to my sides. And there you are, Dios mio. You took your sweet time, Vago. My fear subsides as I notice it's Rosa hugging me from behind. I could tell by the force she's exerting that she's happy to see me, and the feeling of her ample bosom pressing against my back is making me very happy to see her. Rosa spins me around by the shoulders until I'm facing her, flashing me a beaming smile before hugging me again, resting her head on my chest. Anon, I'm really glad you're here. My arms wrap awkwardly around her back as I return the hug. Of course, Rosa. So, this place any good? I ask, flashing Rosa a smile as we break apart. Knowing full well with an anime character on the side, there's no way this place can be bad. Rosa catches onto my little jibe, elbowing me in the ribs while laughing. No CC, Anon. It's the best in all of Old Town. Come on, let's get in line. This place fills up fast. Before I can make a move, Rosa grabs my hand before eagerly tugging me inside. I can feel my heartbeat quicken as she takes my hand. Hear the alarm bells starting to sound in my head once more. Rosa has to wear a sleeveless dress because she doesn't have a concealed carry permit for those guns. If I remember, this has two endings, ending 1 and 2, unless something changed. Robot roll call. They're pulling in Wani locations. I don't know. The inside of the taqueria is cramped, with more tables taking up most of the space inside. The menu lists what I assume is food, a handwritten Spanish completely incomprehensible to me. True to Rosa's word, a line has already started to form, a few customers glancing back at us as we take our spots at the end of the line. So, how's the... I try to mouth out the syllables to one of those items, sending Rosa into another fit of laughter. She's still holding my hand. Oh, Anon, don't worry, I can order for us. It's no problem. What was that one meme where Rosa's like, he asked for extra pickles, or something? Rosa gives me another smile, her crimson eyes twinkling in the fluorescent lighting. A long moment passes, each of us staring at the other before finally snapping back to reality. Blushing, Rosa drops my hand, quickly crossing her arms beneath her breasts as she attempts to hide her embarrassment. We make small talk for the rest of the wait, about our classes, how the garden is doing. As we share with each other, I realize just how nice hanging out with Rosa is. She's cute and funny, twirling her hair around one finger as she listens to me talk, equally as ease talking about herself as she is asking about my own life. Somehow she manages to pull more out of me than I've shared with even Fang and the gang. Stories of my life and my parents coming out as naturally as any shitpost. The wait in line passes by in a flash, and one hurried order later in Spanish, Rosa and I take our seat outside, settling next to each other in the weather-worn plastic seats. So, Rosa, what did you want to talk about? When you texted, I mean. I've been dreading this question, but the longer I talk about my own family back home in Rock Bottom, the more I knew I had to ask. My suspicions are confirmed as Rose's face falls, and I hate myself for how sad she looks now, resisting the urge to throw my arm around her to comfort her. Rosa heaves a heavy sigh before beginning to speak, fidgeting with her bracelet as she does. It's me Madre, Anon. She's driving me crazy. All she says is, Rosa, when are you gonna finish school so you can help us at work? Rosa, why haven't you brought any nice boys home yet? My heart does another flutter jump at that, but I keep silent, letting Rosa vent out her frustrations. Rosa begins gesturing angrily with her hands as she goes on, wagging her finger at her imaginary mother. But when I ask her about her pain, offer to help, it's just, no, it's demasiado problema. I know something is wrong, but she won't let me in. Deflating a little, Rosa drops her hands back to the table with a thump, her gaze following them dejectedly. I don't know what to do. The one persona I wanted to... is it persona? Or person? I'm taking a drink anyway. I don't know what to do. The one person I want to help the most, and she doesn't let me. A lull appears in the conversation, and I know this is my moment to speak up. Let me guess, our first choice. No? Hoping my palms aren't too sweaty, I reach over to take Rosa's hand, giving her a little squeeze of encouragement. Rosa, I'm sorry you have to go through with that. It sounds harsh. But you can't force these things. You have to make people let you in. You have to let them in, you know? I stumble over my words as Rosa looks up at me, her beautiful eyes shimmering with unshed tears. Her hand squeezes mine back. I maybe don't know what you're going through, and maybe no one's cared for me like this before, but what I mean is, you're lucky to have someone who loves you like that. Maybe just by loving them back, that's enough, you know? Yeah, let me try and blow my nose again. The mucus is starting. Did I just have my fucking mic off? God damn it. I must have knocked it while fucking blowing my nose. Or didn't turn it back on. God damn it. How much did I miss? Because I'll have... Oh, I don't want to go back and read. Can I scroll back? Where was it? I apologize. I was reading chat too. Oh. Can't see Rosa in the same light as I used to anymore after that video. Are we talking about the pickle video? It's not canon. Alright, where did I leave off? I'll go back. Everything from when you blew your nose was lost. Okay, but like, where did I leave off on? You gotta understand. Being the streamer is different than being the viewer. Alright, I'm just gonna start from here. Fuck it. Hoping my palms aren't too sweaty, I reach over to take Rosa's hand, giving her a little squeeze of encouragement. Rosa, I'm so sorry you have to go through with that. It sounds harsh. But you can't force these things. You can't make people let you in. You have to let them in, you know? I stumble over my words as Rosa looks up at me, her beautiful eyes shimmering with unshed tears. Her hand squeezes mine back. I maybe don't know what you're going through, and maybe no one's cared for me like this before, but... what I mean is, you're lucky to have someone who loves you like that. Maybe just by loving them back, that's enough, you know? Rosa is silent as she stares up at me, clearly thinking on what I've just said. Moments pass and I know well enough to shut up and be quiet to let Rosa work out on what she's feeling. Rosa breaks the silence at last, her voice catching slightly. You do have people who care about you, Anon. Suddenly, Rosa pulls her hands out of mine, reaching up to take either side of my face. Are you sure? Pretty sure. Yeah, we're... Good luck trying to, like, I was asking for, like, where in the dialogue. That would have helped more than, oh, when you blew your nose. Her face raises to meet mine as she pulls me down, planting her mouth on mine in a kiss. Warning! Warning! We are now being smooched by QT Latina Dino. I'm so taken aback, it's all I could do for a second to let Rosa kiss me, who's expecting tongue. It's awkward at first, her beaky snoot making it difficult for her to get her lips on mine properly. But then my surprise fades. I kiss her back now. Wait, I kiss her back, a slow, soft kiss that seems to go on forever. Great, now that I'm not retreading it, now I'm just butchering it. My eyes close, letting me fall into the kiss entirely until it's all I can feel, wanting with all my heart for it to never end. All thought is banished by the kiss, replaced entirely with Rosa. Beautiful, loving, sweet Rosa. I believe you. Thank you for the reassurance. Oh, for the canon thing. And even if it was, I would just ignore it as BS. That makes no sense. Like Rosa and Reed. Yeah, that does make no sense. We're cucking Fang with this one. Enon's gonna die. He's gonna be ending one. We finally break apart, our lips clinging together for a split second before we settle back, eyes opening. Feels like I just run 100 miles, my heart fit to burst as it thunders in my chest. Rosa still holds my face in her hands, her eyes staring deeply into mine. This close, I could see every facet of those crimson eyes, sparkling like gems in her kind face. A sudden grin splits Rosa's face, and I find myself sporting one equally as large. Giggling, we start to lean into each other once more, our eyes slowly closing. The second kiss is a sweet... that's a drink right there. The second kiss is as sweet as the first, and yet there is an intensity behind it, as if some unspoken agreement has passed between us, and the kiss is the means by which we seal the deal. This time I take Rosa's face in my hands as well, making sure to scrub them on my jeans beforehand. Our second kiss lasts longer than the first, neither of us willing to break it off, but eventually Rosa pulls away, resting her forehead on mine. Oh, esto tuvo bien, Anon. That was very, very nice. Rosa's whisper is nearly silent against the noise of the street, a quiet prayer uttered for only the two of us to hear. Moving her hands away from my face, she takes both of mine, holding them together between us as she sits back. I care about you, Anon. You're the estupio humano who makes me feel like the prettiest ninja in the world. And I like that. Ursa flashes another of her smiles, the one that fills her whole face with joy. I like that a lot. The rest of the day passes by in a blur. Oh boy, time skip! Food was eventually brought out, Rosa having ordered the both of us a selection of her favorite tacos. Even ordered mine with real meat, sparing me the tofu and soy replacements that she usually ate. Oh yeah, I gotta remember she's a herbivore. Oh no, she's a dirty vegan. Luckily, Rosa picked the perfect spot for our first date, as we could eat the tacos with one hand, holding the other's hand underneath the table. The Super Saurian on the side didn't lie either. They really were the best tacos I ever had. The explanation I heard for Rosa and Reed is Rosa says something about poopy flowers and Reed says hey or something because it's drugs. But Reed can't have Rosa because she's mine. Fang could take him out of his apartment and no one would find him for weeks. Get in line, bub. I'm by Fast Pass. Is Rosa actually attracted to Anon, or is she just desperate for affectionate at this time? Is the writing in this mod that deep? I don't know. Afterwards, Rosa offered to drive me home. Apparently, she had forgotten I didn't have a car, and the thought of me taking the buses home this late worried her to no end. I gave Rosa an address not too far from where I actually lived, still not wanting her to know where I lived, that I lived in a shithole that was Skid Row. Rosa gave my hand another squeeze before I got out of her car, smiling as I placed a chest kiss on her cheek. See you tomorrow, Rosa. See you tomorrow, mi novio. It's been a few weeks since my first date with Rosa. Saying my first date still feels weird. It's something I never imagined I would accomplish. Let alone with someone like Rosa. Who would have thought me, a loser, determined to stay under the radar, landing a beautiful Latino Dino GF. Too bad I'll probably ruin my chance at wizardry. I've started hanging out with her and Stella more, sometimes mixing in with the rest of the Fang gang. Rosa and Reed hit it off right off the bat. Oh no, Rosa and Reed! No! Turns out the guy knows a thing or two about growing plants. Even Stella was getting along, after I forbid her from talking about anime all the time. I've worked too hard to hide my power level just to let her come in and blow it. Surprisingly, Trish was the most encouraging of me and Rosa. At least she congratulated a skinny loser like me on getting a girl while clapping me on the shoulder. Well, punching me on the shoulder. Fuck, I still got a bruise. Honestly, I think she's just glad that I'm out of her nappy hair for once. The only one who wasn't happy was Fang. They'll interrupt our practice. They'll just get in our way. Guess I forgot how Fang feels about most people. All that talk of weeds choking out the plants. Sometimes I catch Fang giving me sidelong looks in class. I wonder if I'm a weed to her now. Rosa and I agreed to meet up before school. That's my favorite part of the day, seeing her for the first time. I've even stopped shitposting before school just to get some more time with her. The way her face lights up when she sees me in the halls. The way she gives my hand a little squeeze as a greeting. That's enough to make a man weak. Oh, Anon, you're going soft. Bzzz. Oh, just my phone. I can already feel my heart skipping beats as I check my text, hoping it's from Rosa. Wait, a text from Fang? Fang, gonna look for a new brand venue this weekend. Everyone else bailed. Don't want to go solo. You want to come? Guess I'm not a weed after all. Sure. This weekend, huh? Wonder if Rosa wouldn't mind coming along. The three of us hanging out sounds like fun. Fang's next message stops me dead. Just you, though. Don't bring Rosa or Weebasaurus. Wait, just me? What's with her? First, she doesn't want Rosa and Stella hanging around band practice, but now this? I'll try and blow my nose again. I won't forget the mic this time. There, the mic's not forgotten. If I didn't know better, I'd say Fang was Hola, Anon. Hastily stuffing my phone back in my pocket, I turned to face her. Rosa. I've not yet managed to silence my alarms whenever we're together, but I can ignore them now. Hey, Rosa. I lean in to give her a peck on the cheek, but before I can, she stops me with a finger to the lips. Rosa? Anon, wait. I need to talk to you. I can feel my blood start to run cold. Oh, fuck. I've read enough manga to know what this means. Hopefully I can keep my voice steady. What about? Any attempts I make to stay calm are betrayed by my free-falling heart. Well, Anon, it's a little embarrassing. Mi familia heard about you and me the other day. The other day? We just got tacos. I made out in a public space. Now me Poppy was happy I finally had a boy. But he's so ashamed that he was a human. Rosa catches herself at the last second. Oh man, she's blushing, as red as her eyes. But mi madre, well... Uh-oh. Rosa looks down for a moment. Let's just say she wasn't too happy about me kissing a boy, especially one who's a damn dirty skinny. Her voice trails off for a moment, but I think I can fill in the blanks. One who isn't a dino? Surprisingly, Rosa breaks out in a laugh. It's sweet and unexpected, and Rosa has to cover her mouth to stifle her giggles. I'd say it was the cutest thing she's done. If she didn't also slug me in the shoulder as well. Jesus fuck, right in the bruise, too. No, Anon, stupido. My heart stops free-falling. One who doesn't share our faith. Jesus, this again? Oh wait, I just got that. Rosa, I'm sorry, I don't share your... I have to hold back my tongue. Years of baiting idiots on a Turkish arts and crafts billboard has programmed me to react to religion a certain way. Your beliefs, that is that going to be a problem? I let my gaze fall to my feet, envisioning the best relationship I ever had fall apart because I didn't believe in a magic dino in the sky. Hang on. Rosa takes a step closer to me. Slowly, she touches my chin, pulling my eyes to meet hers. Her crimson eyes twinkle in the fluorescent lights of the hall, her face a picture of concern. Anon, I don't want this to end. I like you, Anon, a lot. I'm sure if I could just take you to see me madre, you would all get along. The idea of meeting a woman who can so easily sway someone like Rosa is not something I want to dwell on. But right now, she's... Rosa's voice falters for a moment. That's right, her mom's health. Here I am worrying about if we can be together, and Rosa is probably worrying if her mom's going to be okay. I feel like such a dick. I use the lull in our conversation to take Rosa's hand in mine, giving it a little squeeze. Rosa, I don't want this to end either. If it would help, I guess I could, I don't know. What is it that good old Christian dinos do? go to church or something with you. Nailed it. Although giving up my Sundays isn't ideal, I'm sure I could just play along for her mom's sake. Rosa's eyes light up, and before I can react, she's wrapping me in a big hug. Oh, Anon, that is so sweet. I'm sure mi madre would understand if you just gave it a chance. She stops before squeezing all the life out of me. I'm suddenly very aware that we're standing very close together, our faces just inches apart. And this means I get to spend more time with you. My heart starts doing acrobatics again. Something I've always wanted to do. Wait, something I always want to do. Rosa bites the corner of her lip, her hands still lingering on my lower back. All I need to do is lean in and... bell. Chat's flying. Is Rosa... Wait, no, I read that. Poppy, not poopy. Where did I read that? Oh, poppy flowers. Gotcha. That's how we know it's Rosa, not Rawl. No meat. Y part 2. That's the true E1. Oh, I get it. Y part 2 is in the NTR Wani mod. His phone is so small. It's an older model. He's got a puny Galaxy S7. Anon, I'm pregnant. Over a kiss. Anon, I have a pickle. I think Anon is somewhat religious. He has a cross above his bed. That's true. That's just to keep the vampires away. Best sub-weapon in Castlevania 4. Anon throws holy water. It does nothing. No, my gamer girl bathwater. The school bell breaks the spell with a cacophony of noise. Cock. Cock blocked by the clock. Clock blocked. Laughing, Rosa gives my hand a squeeze, adjusting the straps of her bag with her other hand. If I didn't know better, I'd say she was blushing too. I guess we'll have to see each other again sometime. I'll text you in class later, okay? I squeeze her hand in response. Sounds good, Rosa. Rosa turns away with a smile, leaving me standing awkwardly in the middle of the hallway. Guess I gotta add going to church to the list of things I never thought I would be doing. I don't know which is more unbelievable, that, or the fact that I'm going with a girl. Rosa and I texted for the entire day. It was Friday, so most classes weren't giving out homework anyway. Thankfully, Fang seemed more her usual self in the classes we shared. I'm gonna blow my nose again. Ugh. Alright. She even teased me that I'd never be able to survive Rosa's cooking. It was nice, going back to the way things were between Fang and me. Like we were friends again. Just friends. So why do I still feel so awkward when I'm around her? That time on the roof when when I think of that day, my insides feel like they want to squirm out of my mouth. But when I think of Rosa, I feel the same way. Ah, fuck. High school was supposed to be easy. I wasn't supposed to land a girl, let alone friends. I wasn't supposed to care. My weekend passed by in a blur. As I agreed, I met up with Fang on Saturday to find the new venue for the band. Razor and Naomi insisted on tagging along. Although I suspect they only came because Fang's dad was going to kill me otherwise. He and her mom definitely thought it was a day, which it wasn't. We were just hanging out. Besides, if it was that thing, which it certainly wasn't, it almost ended in disaster. Naomi kept prying into my relationship with Rosa, asking all sorts of stupid questions. How we were doing, if our differences were causing trouble. She was totally trying to manipulate me into saying something, but Fang told her to shut the fuck up. And she hasn't stopped blushing since the mod started. So they're finally finishing this mod. Lol, it's been a year or so. No, they're not finishing the mod as far as I know. I'm just playing the mod I haven't played yet. But it got updated past where Smugfox played, so I'm going to play it just to experience it. Yeah, this mod takes place after the rooftop. That sucks for Fang. Honestly, Fang seemed frazzled by the whole thing. By the time we found a place to play, Dynamo's, her would-be uncle's pizza place, I thought Fang was going to choke Naomi with her own tongue. Fang barely said goodbye to me that night, mumbling her thanks as her dad practically slammed the door in my face. Sunday wasn't much better either. Rosa's mom ended up being too sick to come to the service, so she and Rosa's dad stayed home. The chance to be alone with Rosa would have normally been a dream come true, except for the fact that it wasn't spent listening to an old bag of bones prattle on about made-up religious junk. In Spanish. Longest 3 hours of my life. It was almost a relief when Monday came around. Rosa and I may not get to see each other much with her family, but at least at school we can spend some time together. Even if Stella happens to be there as well. The three of us were eating lunch, the band having taken this time to practice. It was only a few days until their concert, so they were making the most of it. Rosa and I were holding hands underneath the table, a habit we picked up since our first date. Too bad it made eating impossible. I still worry that they're practicing too hard. I turned my attention away from the paradox of how one cuts one's lunch with one hand. It must be difficult, practicing when no one wants to see. Rosa's voice trailed off. It was true, the band's first concert hadn't gone very well. Okay, it tanked. But surely they've improved. Right. I chime in, having abandoned all attempts to cut my steak with the cafeteria-issued spork knife hybrid. At least they aren't using that god-awful double-bass setup. I mentally cringe remembering when Reed whipped out his phone to show everyone a recording of Vroom Drama's early days. Ouch. I'm sure they'll be fine. Rosa gives me a look, the same one she always does when I blaspheme in front of her. Still, Anon, is there nothing we can do? Rosa, relax. I drew these tarot cards out my ass, saying that the band'll be just fine. Stella's overly chilly voice came from between sips of some imported Japanese soda. One I pretended not to know. I did a tarot reading the other day, asking about their show. The results were very favorable. Stella takes another smug sip of soda, acting as if her tarot reading ensured the band's success. Rosa wagged her finger at Stella, a gesture she often did when Stella's tarot readings came up. There's got to be something besides her Diablo worship we can do, though. Maybe if we went around school handing out invites and... I recognized that tone. If I didn't step in, Rosa would have a plan to bring the entire school to the concert, and probably to church afterwards, only out of guilt. We'll just have to be there to support Fang and the band. I hope Rosa didn't read into that at all. And speaking of being there, this was my moment of truth. I had been meaning to ask Rosa officially to the concert for a while now, but I never managed to work up the nerve. It was now or never. Rosa, did you want to... Good start. You know... Getting dicey and on. Push through it. I realize I've been staring at my food this entire time. Concert go, me with... Fuck, abandoned ship. Spaghetti overload. Glancing shyly at Rosa, I see she's got a big grin on her face. Nino, if I didn't know any better, I'd say you were asking me to go to the concert with you. She gives my hand a squeeze. At this rate, I want a faceplant into my food. I'm sure with how hot my face feels, I could reheat the thing a bit. Jeez, was it that obvious? Rosa covers her mouth with her spare hand. Oh no, say, wait, oh no, say, I kinda liked it. I swear to God, she's laughing. I just asked her out to Fang's concert, and she's laughing. See, I'll go with you, Anon. I'm so glad you asked me before I asked you. Rosa's crimson eyes lock in with mine. Filled as always with the sweetest promises I could imagine. At once, she makes me feel silly for feeling nervous to ask her, and like I've got butterflies instead of intestines. I need to see a doctor about that. It's a date then. I hope she found my stammers endearing. So much for being the smooth operator. But hey, she agreed to go out with me. I'm really going to rub this on my usual... Wait, I'm really going to rub this in on my usually Brazilian pottery Usenet tonight. Oh, my God! An ear-splitting squeal from Stella interrupts the moment. You guys are so cute! One of these days, Stella, I'm going to take your... What are you going to wear, Rosa? Rosa stammers, a blush spreading on her face. Actually, I realized I could go into history and read that, can't I? One of these days, Stella, I'm going to take your precious pokey and shove it up your... Or was it Pocky? I'm gonna blow my nose again. Ugh. Chat time. On the plus side, we screwed up Naomi's plan. On the negative, we made Trish happy. There's not holding hands under the table. Rosa's making Anon hold her pickle, but she's too strong for him to resist. Oh god. Oh yeah, I just remembered there's an awesome Rosa sprite in this mod. Last time I played this demo, a demon took over Anon's body and made him do terrible things. Oh god. Pokey munching Nihongo file. Okay. Rosa stammers, a blush spreading across her face. I think... Wait, I've got this super cute outfit you could borrow. It would look totally great on you, I promise. Gracias, Stella, but... I was gonna wear it, and then I realized I actually had worn it on another date, and... I turned my attention back to my food, chuckling. What's the saying? Guys don't get in between your girlfriends... your girlfriend and her best friend, or something. Especially when it comes to clothes. Huh. My girlfriend. Feels kind of nice to say. The night of the concert approached quickly. I agreed to show up early and to help set up. Rosa would have joined me, but Stella convinced her to come by later. Fang seemed pretty on edge the day before, going on and on about making sure the show was perfect. We agreed that too many people helping set up would just end up slowing things down. I could tell the band was nervous. Fang kept triple checking everything, and Trish had hardly yelled at me tonight. Reed seemed the only relaxed one at first, until we found out he chugged the entire contents of his thermos beforehand. Despite all this, the stage looked great, except for the trailing wires everywhere. Don't touch them. I offered to fix them, but Reed assured me no one was going to trip on them. I guess I trust him. I guess I should make one final check before joining the crowd. Fang was backstage, tuning her strings for the 100th time. I should probably try and ease her nerves. You know, if you keep playing with that, you'll go blind. She glances my way, flashing me a quick smile and an upraised middle finger. Her cocky attitude is betrayed by the way she's practically strangling the neck of her guitar. Is that what your mom always told you, dweeb? No, she always said my palms would grow hairy, actually. I hold my hands out to her, palms up. But I'm a good little Christian boy, no hair on these babies. Fang favors my bad joke with a snort. Or your mom was full of shit. I seem to unfocus slightly. Anon, do you think we're ready to play again? I mean, I offer a supportive smile. Of course, you've been practicing like mad and you've improved immensely. Fang rolls her eyes. That sounded like an insult to me. I give her her own middle finger in response. Seriously, Fang, you guys are gonna do great. Don't fret so much about it. A quiet vibration from my pocket interrupts my pep talk. Looks like Rosa and Stella are here. They both say good luck, and so do I. Shooting Fangs a thumbs up, I make my way to the door of Mo's back room. Hang on, wait. Pausing, I see Fang take a step after me. I just wanted to say that. I mean, you've really helped out, and I thought you should... Her wings seem to vibrate with her words. Fang? Just forget it. Fang gives me a weak smile. Go have fun with Rosa tonight. Smiling back, I give her a final wave before heading out to the main space. Wait, did she, I don't know, I thought it was like, she frowned after he left, but no, it was during the leaving. Stepping out to the restaurant proper, I was surprised with the crowd that showed up. The place was packed. Wait, the packed. Oh, that's a drink right there. It's Goku, isn't it? I don't know. This outfit. This outfit is the sprite I mentioned. Okay. Hey, Sean. You've hyped me up. It better be choice. Oh, it's Pocky. I misspelt it. Yeah. They spelt it Pokey. I'm like, what? It should be Pocky. The place, the packed. Throngs of people crowded most of the available space. Mo and Reed had cleared all the tables to the side, making a little mosh pit in the front of the stage that was already buzzing with anticipation. Scanning the room, I finally caught a glimpse of Stella's green space buns near the back of the crowd. I can't help but think about the fucking, what was it, what the fuck is up, Denny's? Or whatever, that one thing. And this place looks great. I'm surprised no one's redrew that with, like, Fang and the gang. Stella flashes me a big smile when I finally shoulder my way to her. Apparently, whatever fancy outfit she had planned fell through, leaving her in a familiar white shirt, jean shorts combo. Wait, does she know what her shirt says? It's backwards! Just focusing on. Don't think how well Opie describes Stella and... Hola, Anon. This place looks great. Yeah, this is like one of the special sprites, I guess. Rosa finally caught up to us, squeezing through the crowd. And oh my god. Rosa's usual floral print dress was swapped out for a tight red spaghetti strap crop top and even tighter waist-high jeans. The top's plunging neckline did wonders to expose Rosa's expansive cleavage, while also exposing her deliciously toned abs. Her jeans clung to her every curve, helped by her high-heeled pumps, and made her legs and more look amazing. She even sported a smoky gray eyeshadow and perfectly curved lashes. Anon? Rosa had even done something to her hair, making it twinkly in the light of the restaurant like stars. Anon! Jesus help me, but she's gorgeous! Hey, stupido tanto! At once I snapped back to reality. You know what now? Real smooth, Anon. You might as well have just been panting like a cartoon dog. I'd say Anon likes your outfit, Rosa. Stella guffawed madly until Rosa shot her an evil look. Stella, I told you, this outfit's too much. Too exposition. Coming down from whatever cloud I had ascended to, I realized Rosa did look somewhat embarrassed. She kept tugging at her too low neckline to hide her bosom, and then pulling the bottom down to cover more of her stomach. Ayapo. Looks Greek. Oh yeah, Fang's definitely snooting up the school in this one. I do remember really liking the CGs after a certain event later, well made and true to the originals. Unless that already had happened, am I late to the party? I don't know, there was the front-facing Rosa. Well, I gotta go. Bye, everyone. Bye, pork. See ya, Jow. Abs on women are not attractive. Oh, no. Oh, no. This is not what you wear out in public. I think you look amazing, Rosa. The sexy Latina stopped her speech halfway in surprise. Even in the dim light of the restaurant, I could see Rosa's blush starting to creep on her face. Do you think so, Anon? It's not too tight or too short? No, it looks perfect. There was an awkward beat where Rosa and I made moony eyes at each other while Stella watched with barely disguised mischief. Well, Rosa, I see my Rosa, I think I see my boyfriend here, so I'm gonna go say hi. Oh no, not Chad. Thundershark. The green stego gave Rosa a hug, when I probably would need to have a cold shower afterwards. You two have fun, okay? With a wink in my direction, Stella headed back through the crowd, where an enormous shark-like dinosaur scooped her into his arms. Wait, isn't that guy the captain of the football team? Hey, Non, it's good to see you. And I hadn't noticed Rosa sliding up to me, the press of the crowd herding us closer together. Yeah, it's good to see you too, Rosa. I was careful to keep my lower half away from Rosa as we hugged. Oh, Jesus, this is going to be a long, hard night. So, did everything go okay with the setup? Rosa and I fell into some small chit-chat as we waited for the band to come on stage. I tried to keep my eyes on her face, but it was difficult in these circumstances. Mercifully, a cheer from the crowd drew our attention back to the stage. The members of Vern Drama were taking their places, Trish and Fang giving their guitars one final look over as they did so. Without any warning, the trio launched into their first song after the set, collecting a roar of approval from the crowd. The thrashing savagery of the band quickly drowned out all normal conversation, leaving the crowd to wordlessly cheer their approval while jumping and dancing in time with the music. Coming back to Rosa, I get her attention while leaning over to shout in her ear, "Do you want to dance?" An eager nod from Rosa is all I need to take her by the hand closer to the stage. Before long, the two of us are jumping up and down like the rest of the crowd. A glance over to Rosa reveals she's having fun, laughing and cheering the band on in rapid Spanish. The rhythm of our jumping is sending her breasts heaving up and down, and I have to struggle to not gawk. I swear they're going to pop out at this rate. Rosa doesn't seem to care, though. She's too caught up in the music to notice. But not too caught up to notice me checking her out again. I try to stammer out an excuse, but she just smiles. A strange mix of embarrassment and self-satisfaction spread on her face. Almost like that's what she wanted to happen. Oh boy. Wave. Damn, Rosa got that Latina in her with her belly showing and the tight faded blue jeans. Ocean, that's heresy. Mexican chicks do love to show off their bellies. Don't see how it's heresy. Being thin enough to have visible ads just means less overall fat, which means smaller breasts. Then why do they always draw Rosa with a big rack? The set went on for hours, the crowd finally singing along to Reed's final incomprehensible song as best as they could before erupting into a thunderous applause. I clap along just as hard as Rosa alternates between cheering in Spanish and whistling with both hands. Before long, Fang gives one final strum before the three of them walk off stage, leaving the crowd exhausted, sweaty, and satisfied. Ah, Hinan, they were lovely. Rosa pulls me into a massive hug, pressing her sweaty body against mine. I hug her back, my hands inadvertently stroking her hair. I hope she can't tell how happy I am to see her. And Fang seems so happy on stage. Oh, Anon, I'm so glad things worked out so well. Rosa softens her embrace slightly before setting her chin on my shoulder. Without noticing, we start to turn, our feet shuffling to some imaginary music. I snuggle my sweat-drenched cheek into hers. This close. Wait, it looks like there was supposed to be a period right there. This close, I could smell her scent, a heady aroma of sweat mixed with her familiar floral smell. There's something else as well, something sort of perfume that wasn't there before. That's all I can do not to smell her hair. Instead, I squeeze her tighter against me, feeling the not insignificant weight of her breasts against my chest. Somewhere deep inside my brain, a part I've long since sealed up and learned to ignore, there's a DEFCON 1 alarm going off. I ignore it. Yeah, that was one hell of a show. Fang really killed it on that last solo. And you, me diverti mucho, you helped it all happen. Rosa pulls away from our embrace just enough to look at me face to face. I mean, all I did was set up some equipment and... No, Anon, you did more than that. Rosa's eyes radiate earnestness. You helped Fang out when they were having a hard time. You went with them to find a venue. You helped them set this all up. She sighs a little, bringing one hand up to stroke my cheek. You are a very, very good friend, Anon. Slowly, my hands slip down to her waist, feeling the sweaty scales beneath my palms. Rosa entwines her arms around my neck, our faces dangerously close to one another. She's gonna poke you with that nose. All I can do is stare at her. My mind totally filled with her smell, her looks, her touch. Filled with how beautiful and sexy she is, how happy she looks. I had a great time tonight, Anon. Yeah, me too. Slowly, we lean into each other, mouths getting closer, our bodies still slowly rotating to the music of our hearts. Unfortunately, this rotation means that Rosa can now see towards the stage. Dios mio, Stella! Suddenly, leaning into nothing, I barely manage to not fall as Rosa rushes over to her injured friend. Glancing back over my shoulder, I see Stella laying in a pool of what is hopefully spilled marinara sauce. Apparently, things had gotten a little too rowdy. Stella, está bien? Rosa taps a little life back into Stella's cheek, eliciting a groan from the smashed stego. Oh, those bastardos, si descubro quien hizo esto. Rosa begins muttering to herself as she starts to sling Stella's arm over her shoulder. Anon, come help me with her. Stella, I'm so sorry. Come, I shall nurse you back at my home. Oh boy. Rosa looks a little chubby, like Stella, which is perfectly fine, cute even. It's shampoo, Anon. You wouldn't know about it. It's because he's bald. Anon uses turtle wax. Rosa. Rosa with double R's. Oh god. Sometimes Anon goes down to the bowling alley to stick his head in the ball polisher. Oh no. Fang doesn't have abs. She's thin without having a gross female bodybuilder look. The Shino Ballo. The Baldo. I hurry over, the two of us managing to drag Stella through the thinning crowd and into the cool night air. It's not easy, but we finally manage to load Stella in the back of Rosa's car. Is Stella going to be alright? Cool night air feels nice. A welcome relief after the heat of the dance floor. Already almost an hour and a half in, dang. Chunky mod time. I feel flushed as Rosa looks up at me, fiddling in their clutch for her car keys. Wait, I realize I should probably take 2 shots for those errors. Ugh, soon the bathroom breaks will be coming at this rate. Sí, she should be fine. ¿Qué tipo de amiga soy Alejandro que esto le suceda? Rosa is vivid, almost as angry as when I fell into her flowers. Do you need me to help? I could go with you, or my voice trails off. I can't believe this is how this night ends, with Rosa whisking a concussed Stella off to be nursed back to health. No, that's okay, Anon. Rosa sighs before giving me a sad smile. I'm sorry to run off on our little date night. Dio mio. This wasn't how I wanted this night to end. She gives my hand a squeeze. I'll make it up to you, okay? I try to keep the disappointment out of my voice. That's okay, Rosa. Just as long as you had a good time. Rosa nods empathetically. Besides, I'm sure the band needs a hand putting all this stuff away. I wrap Rosa in one final embrace. Go make Stella better, or something. See if you can cure her weebiness while you're at it. Laughing, Rosa lets me go, fidgeting with keys as I start to turn away. I'll text you later, and the rest of my words are cut off, as is my world. Rosa grabs my shirt, dragging me towards her as she leans up to kiss me. Unlike our tender, trepid kisses before, this one is hard, almost savage, full tongue and all. Rosa bites my lip slightly as her long tongue enters my mouth, teasing my own before caressing across the insides of my lips. You better have had a fucking breath mint for that shit, man. And taste that pizza you had earlier, man. Brush your teeth. There's a hunger in her kiss, a sense of wanting something more. And I kiss back just as hard. Eventually, Rosa settles back down, our lips slowly breaking apart with a sigh. Licking her lips, Rosa plants one more chaste kiss on the tip of my nose before letting me go. I promise I'll make it up to you, mi novio. I'm too stunned to do anything other than watch her as she walks around to the driver's side of her car. Text me, see? Rosa flashes a mischievous grin before climbing in. With a honk and a wave, Rosa drives off, leaving me standing dazed and confused. How'd he get here in the first place? I raise my hand. Oh wait, he probably got a ride from the band, didn't he? I raise my hands to my lips. I raise my hand to my lips, still feeling the press of Rosa's against mine. Smiling, I turn back into the restaurant, no longer disappointed with how tonight ended. Alright, Rosa got them, probably a tarot thing, since they have to be light when they're used to fly. Other than the occasional stroke-inducing sentences, the writing for this mod is alright. Yeah, true. My stuttering probably doesn't help. I can't help it. I'm kind of retarded in that sense. That was a typo. Vivid should have been livid. Oh, that's another drink then, huh? I'll get to that. Hold on. Alright. Also, they can have abs without the obnoxious muscle mass. I've seen more Spanish dialogue in a non-Rosa mods. I'm pleasantly surprised they didn't go overboard here. Which mod? Was it like the Rosa Naser mod that was like super inflated with Spanish stuff, I think? Sucks since this mod is never getting finished. The only two endings are the worst ones. Oof. She's searching for the herb stuck between his teeth. Oh no. I'm curious, does anyone else know Spanish but me? I don't. She promises, huh? The next day. The next few weeks. It's been a few weeks since the concert back in February. Things have slowed down for the band, despite Trish's best efforts. They haven't been able to book any new gigs. She claims the lack of exposure led to a small crowd at Dynamo's. Her solution? Force me and Reed to trek up and down the city putting up flyers. It's about time your skinny ass did something for us anyways. Ever since the concert, she's been acting more aggressive towards me. Like she found another reason to hate me or something. Normally, I wouldn't have minded the opportunity to help, if only to shut Trish up once I did it. But it does mean I get a lot less time with Rosa. Finally, halfway through these flyers, I watch idly as Reed finishes stapling a word drama poster to the side of the telephone. Wait. Oh yeah. Did they still have payphones? Side of a telephone. You sure it wasn't a telephone pole and not a telephone? Because I'm pretty sure there's no more payphones around here anymore. Ever. That's a mishmash of shapes, the band's name barely legible against the green and purple background. That reminds me, I've got to go see the doctor. Whatever improvements the band's made, it hasn't been to their image. What do you mean, bro? This poster's like primo excellent. Fucking mumbling again. I don't know, Reed. You don't think Trish could have, I don't know, made it a little easier to read? Give it a step back, staring at a poster that would make Jackson Pollock nauseous. Even the band's contact and booking info is partially obscured behind the head of a statue. It's like a colorblind person with Parkinson's designed it. Nah, bro, it looks good to me. This coming from the Rashta Raptor who once tried to eat his own tank top. Reed and I continue down to the street to the next telephone pole, one already covered in flyers, so that was an error, and I gotta take another drink. Rosa bros, it's over. I remember a little from high school a decade ago, but that's about it. I know a few common words. And why so many? We've been out here for a few hours. Does she really think these are gonna get people to show up? She cares about the band, bro. It means a lot to her. Reed leans back and admires his work. I don't have the heart to tell him that the flyer is stapled upside down. Besides, the sooner we all hang these up, the sooner we can, finish right. Groaning, I hand him up another one. Clearly pointing out what a waste of time this isn't going to work. Maybe I could try another angle. I just don't get why Trish gets to decide what the band does. Isn't it Fang's band anyways? Shouldn't she be the one who decides things, not Trish? I bet she'd agree these flyers were... Reed turns on me, his eyes suddenly serious. It's because of Fang that Trish suggested these, bro. Whoa, where did this come from? Why are you whipped by Trish, Reed? Reed's usual slurring of words is gone, replaced by an ice-cold intensity. You and Rosa have been hanging out a lot, and that's cool. I can dig a player trying to play. Reed, shut up. I'm not in the mood for more Karma Snootra tips. And you guys hang out and do, couples stuff and all that. But Fang, well, music, the band, that's all they have. Another gig like our first one would crush them, man. Fang's words from the roof drifted back to me. Not once, after all the work I put into Vern drama, has anyone told me it was good. You didn't see how it was before, when it was just the three of us. All that time spent practicing, working on our songs. The pink raptor looks uncomfortable. When Trish convinced Fang to swap to bass, they did it because they thought the band would get better. Even getting me in the band was one of Trish's ideas. And when the first show tanked, Reed trails off for a moment. Even though I admitted it to Fang, the fact that I laughed at her still eats me up a little. It really messed Fang up. Taco Supreme. They put on a tough face, but the band doing well is important to them. I remember the massive hug Fang gave me back after the show at Dynamo's. And to Trish, seeing Fang happy makes her happy. Wise words coming from a guy who just stapled a band flyer to a passing truck. So that's why Trish does all this stuff. The flyers, the merchandise, it's all for Fang. It's all for her friend. Reed gives me a final stare before turning back to his stapling. Mulling over Reed's words, I silently pass him up the next set of flyers. He's right. I've been spending a lot of time with Rosa. A lot of time. The two of us are practically inseparable at school, spending all our time together at lunch and in between classes. Hell, she's even dragged my ass to church every Sunday since that first time. I just can't lie to her when she gives me those big puppy dog eyes. I don't remember the last time I saw the band practice, or even hung out with Fang. Even when I would see her passing by in the halls, Trish was always right beside her, wanting to give me a sneer. It was easier for me to spend time with Rosa than to put up with Trish. But to Trish, it probably looked like I was abandoning her best friend. Which I was, in a way. Hold on. Oh no, Smug Fox. Random Flash games, oh boy. That's like the first non-Fortnite and Snoot thing he's uploaded in a while. Ah, nice work, Anon. The second you get a girlfriend, you forget what everyone else in the world... You forget everyone else in the world exists. I may be a good boyfriend to Rosa, but I've been a shitty friend to Fang. Reed. Reed pauses, allowing the dog he was mistakenly about to staple to run away. Bro. Reed, maybe you're right. I've been spending a lot of time with Rosa, and, well, I take a sudden interest in the sidewalk. Admitting I was wrong isn't something I cherish. If this was my usual Azerbaijani car importing billboard, I would just poorly Photoshop Reed into an open-mouth plant protein enjoyer and win the argument. But here, I ended up ditching the band. I've been a shitty friend to Fang, to everyone really. I'm sorry. Smiling, Reed shoots me a double volley of finger guns. Hey, no worries, bro. You and I have always been chill. Reed leads in conspiratorially. Maybe, like, tell Fang sometime, huh? He gives me a wink. Sure, Reed. Sure, Reed. And thanks. Nodding, Reed finishes stapling his current flyer to the wall of a passing clothing store. And by finishes, I mean he makes a stapling sound with his mouth before letting the flyer flutter to the ground. Man, dude, like, I'm like super starving all of a sudden. Let's grab some food or something. I roll my eyes. This is the third food stop of the afternoon. How many flyers do we have left? Oh, there's still a third left. Reed's caught the scent of some hot dog cart or something, so maybe I could... Just gotta find a dumpster and... Hey now, dude, hurry up! They got the chili dogs back! Cursing, I let the lid of the dumpster drop, touching each and every one of these accursed flyers. Alright, I'm coming. No, Reed, I made you into the soy jack, so I win. I'll have to check out his upload later. Yeah, me too. Looks like he played a Scooby-Doo mod a week ago. Yeah, I still gotta watch through that. Even though I've already played through that mod. As you can clearly see, Reed, I have depicted myself as the Chad. Between Reed's frequent pit stops and the sheer volume of the flyers Trish printed out, it's starting to get dark by the time I trundle my way back to my apartment. Luckily, I managed to navigate the streets before any of the truly dangerous crackheads start to come out. Exhausted, I collapse onto my bed, too tired to even shitpost properly. At least I don't need to worry about getting food. Reed was buying today, so I got plenty of leftovers. A good thing, too, my food stores were starting to get low. Rolling onto my back, I fish my phone out of my pocket. There's only one person I want to talk to now. Hey, you and Stella have a good day? I shoot Rosa the text, lingering on the No, hold on. Hold on! Lingering on the messaging app, she always texts me back right away, and... Bingo! Rosa, CC, we had a great time. Text includes a picture of the two of them, a selfie in what looks like a second-hand bookstore. It looks like Stella has a whole new collection of manga clutched in her hands, too distracted by the camera to notice Rosa's judgmental glare. No doubt Rosa's found a copy of the good cave paint. Wait. No doubt Rosa found a copy of the good cave painting somewhere at the store and made another unsuccessful attempt to teach Stella the virtues of Raptor Jesus. I was putting up those flyers. You two were gone forever. Reed was on something and tried to eat everything in sight. Must have gone all over town putting them up too. Dios mio, that boy has an appetite. I don't even know if mi madre can make enough for him. The mental image of Reed eating Rosa out of house and home makes me chuckle. Rosa and I continue texting for what feels like hours, sharing the aspects of our day with each other. Something about talking with her makes my fatigue just melt away. By the way, I haven't forgotten my promise from the other night. Mi madre is making mole poblano tomorrow, your favorite. Would you like to come over and eat with us? A tinge of nerves flutters through my stomach. Meeting my girlfriend's parents, I'm really ready for that. Rosa's whole life is dictated to her family. If I made a bad impression, I may not come back from it. Fuck, half the time I don't even know how to act around Rosa, let alone her family. What if I say something spurgy, or start mumbling crime statistics, or what if everything goes fine? This whole week I've been telling myself I worry what Rosa's family would think of me. What if I'm just scared that they may actually find me tolerable? You guys are fined for being tolerable. That's $500, guys. You're being fined. That's another one down the hatch. Thought my relationship with Rosa would get serious. I can't hide what I feel about Rosa. Hell, I've only ever felt that way about meeting Rosa's family. Something about that feels like a point of no return. I've realized we haven't even come to a decision yet. How are we deciding endings? Is it just fucking RNG? Like, if I do this, then I could never be with... Or maybe, like, tell Fang sometime, huh? Tell her what, Reed? I glance back to my phone where Rosa is no doubt eagerly awaiting my response. Well, Anon, now's the time. I'm in. Exhaling, it feels like a giant weight has been lifted off of my chest. I'm in, Rosa, every part of me. Oh, Anon, gracias, gracias. You have no idea how happy this makes me. By the way, Anon, do you have a crucifix you can wear? I'll just have to yank it off of my wall. Shit, off to a bad start already. It's all Yahweh, probably. I wonder how Rainbow feels about this. The next day at school passes by in a blur. Rosa and I make plans to have dinner with her family that evening. I was so nervous the whole day I could barely pay attention to anything. At least it was cut short by an announcement from Principal Spears. The hulking caveman took to the stage, deafening everyone in the audience with a reminder that midterms were coming up and that we should take them seriously. With that, the band and I were released, along with the rest of the seniors. Following the flow of students, we managed to make it to the front lawn of the school. Checking my phone, I still got some time before my meetup with Rosa. Bro, so, like, midterms. You feeling confident? I turned back to where Reed has collapsed onto the grass. Thanks to him, I managed to maintain a passing grade in Mr. Kaldowski's class. As for the others, the only thing I'm kind of worried about is Mr. Jingo's class. That guy is so zoned out half the time, I don't think I've learned the difference between an oboe and an elbow. Heh, elbow. Band humor. Not like you could learn anyways. She rolls her eyes with a sneer. Man, the hell is her problem? Fang, what about you? You want to hang out with me and cram for midterms? We could go to the library, or maybe my house, or... I think I'm just gonna head home. Trish's face falls, her mouth moving wordlessly for a second. Okay, well, talk to you later, Fang. Yeah. Fang gives her a half-hearted wave as the tiny Triceratops collects her things. Yawn. Take it easy, Trish. Reed's breathing drops to a droning snore. Before she goes, Trish takes an opportunity to flip me off once more before heading home. Fuck her. Alright, Fang. Take it easy. I'll see you when I see you. Just before I turn away, something darts out to catch my sleeve. It's Fang. Hang on. Wait. Fang's hand lingers for a moment on my arm before reaching up to brush her hair out of her face. I was thinking maybe you and I could, study at my place. Oh boy. I was hoping to avoid this conversation. Fang looks at me, her amber eyes pleading. She looks uncertain, even nervous, glancing at me sideways as she stares off into the distance. Just like before, in Mo's back room, Fang's wings begin to vibrate. My dad's working a late shift tonight, and my mom's out, shopping or whatever, so it would be just the two of us. Swallowing, I managed to work some moisture into my mouth. That's me while doing these streams. Fang, that sounds great. But... Her face snaps to attention. But I already made plans with Rosa tonight. Fang sags, her wings falling slack behind her. Her hand twitches reflexively towards her wings before she catches herself. Oh. I'm really sorry, Fang. Normally I would have... Hey, it's fine. She recovers quickly, though, flashing me a smile while jabbing me in the shoulder. Damn it, Fang, that bruise just healed. It's whatever. Just promise me you'll convince her to use a rubber, okay? Oh, and nice cross there, dweeb. Laughing, she turns away. Trish, wait up! I linger a beat longer, watching Fang as she catches up with the purple parasite. The two of them exchange words, and I think I can see Trish's head whip over towards me. Still sleeping. Trigger. No, Fang is trying to seduce my boy. Fang shows up in a sombrero to school tomorrow and tries to wing you back. That'd be hilarious. People just making mods on other people's mods just to shitpost. The student parking lot is already half filled by the time I get there. The walk over from the front lawn gives me time to reflect on what just happened. On how Fang looked when I turned her down. I think she might... Hang on, over here! I see Rosa waiting for me next to her hot pink Toyota Prius, her smile beaming even from this far away. Waving back to her, I try to let everything I was just thinking of fall away. It all feels like a distraction when I see Rosa, like some sort of obstacle I need to get over. But should it? Can I really be friends with Fang if I feel this way? Can we be friends if she feels... Oof! Rosa nearly tackles me to the ground, meeting me halfway with a running hug. There's me, Novio. Come on, hop in. We're going to be late. The two of us fall into step, hands interlocked. So, Anon, are you ready? Huh? I toss my bag into Rosa's back seat before turning back to her. The orange Aquilops smiles at me, laying her hands on my chest. This close, I think she can feel how hard my heart is beating. For mi familia, silly. What, Spears' talk of midterms got you down? I force myself to chuckle, still trying to banish thoughts of studying with Fang from my mind. Nah, I'm too big-brained to worry over midterms. I try to force a smile to my face. Rosa peers suspiciously towards me. Anon, are you okay? You look a little bothered. What? Nah, it's nothing. So much for hiding it. Oh, me Novio, you are very bad at lying. Rosa taps a staccato beat against my chest with her claws. Seriously, you can tell me. Trust me. Rosa turns to me, her eyes searching every part of my face for clues as to what's troubling me. It's just... Part of me wants to blurt out the truth. Tell Rosa everything that I'm feeling. Not just so she can hear, but so I can as well. Taking a deep breath, I steel myself to tell her about me and Fang, about our friendship, or... I'm... Looking at Rosa, I feel the words die in my throat. I can't do it. She looks so concerned about me, so worried about my happiness, I find myself instinctually wanting to make everything okay for her. Looking at her, I realize I want nothing more than to make her happy. I couldn't do that to her, burden her with my own problems. Besides, she has enough on her plate, with what her mom's illness and all. I'm sorry, Rosa, but maybe one day. Reaching down, I give her hand a squeeze before pulling it to my lips with a soft kiss. I'm just nervous about meeting your family, is all. It's the first time I'm meeting a girl's family. What if I mess up or do something to offend them? Laughing, it's Rosa's turn to pull my hands down for a kiss. Oh, Anon, you are so sweet. Stupido, but sweet. I'm sure mi familia will love you. All you have to do is be yourself. Just be yourself. You won me over, didn't you? That's because it was super convenient. It was all a coincidence. That is true. Somehow I was able to land someone as special as Rosa. If I remember correctly, you fell on top of me and Rosa gives me a smack across the head, laughing. Hey, no talking about that in front of me familia. Nuzzling herself against my chest, Rosa slips her arms behind my back. At this point, most of the other students have left, leaving us alone in the parking lot. The wild heat of Volcadera has tempered off somewhat, but the wind still carries a memory of the earlier temperature. Leaning back against the car, I let my eyes close, lulled into a daze by the warmth of not only the afternoon, but of the absolutely wonderful girl currently holding on to me. It's nice. Okay, it's more than nice. It's perfect. Oh, you're wearing it already. Rose's voice knocks me out of my moment. My gift. She taps the golden cross hanging around my neck. Okay, how much is that is real gold? It's a gift Rosa slipped in my locker earlier today. The note that accompanied it is still tucked safely in my pocket. Remember my promise, mi novio. You didn't have to wear it until we got in front of mi familia, Anon. I know, but I wanted to, you know? You went through the effort of picking it out for me, so I figured. I shrug. It's not like I went out of my way or anything. But it still felt nice, getting a gift from someone special, someone who cares. At the very least, I'll have some protection against those vampirosauruses roaming around town. For a moment, it looks like Rose's eyes are going to roll right out of her head. Then, the dam bursts. Snorting, Rosa descends into a series of giggles. I knew she couldn't resist for long. Ay, mi novio está tonto. Stepping back, Rosa takes both of my hands in hers, giving them a squeeze. Hey, Ramon. Okay, Robert, you're gonna have to tone it down a bit. Bros before hoes. Oh no. The obvious solution is to get with Reed. No. Anon gets with Fang. Trish hated that. Anon doesn't get with Fang. Trish hated that. Trig is gonna trig. That's true. Fang is downloading the Duolingo app as we speak. How does Rosa use pillows without destroying them? That's true. Neck pillows. That's also like a pterodactyl won't be able to sleep on their back. Tonto equals silly. I remember that one. Most Mexican women use them. I can tell you for a fact it's true. All of my relatives who are women use them. Well, it means a lot to me, Anon. Gracias. Rosa sighs, gazing up at me through hooded eyes, swaying back and forth. Man, when she looks at me like that, it's all I can do. It's all I can do to not grin like an idiot back at her. At first, I thought I'd have to hide who I am around her, have to try and be an upstanding, serious boyfriend like Nazu. But now I realize she was right. I just need to be myself. I have nothing to hide from her. Except a loud rattling interrupts the mood. It's Rosa's phone, buzzing against the dash of her car. Swearing, Rosa leans into the open car. Hi, Anon, we're late. Rosa que hasta sentanto aquí con esta chico. Rosa slides behind the wheel in a flash, with myself not much further behind her on the passenger side. Tanto means dummy. Dummies are usually silly. I can barely manage to buckle myself in before Rosa tears out of the parking lot. After Jesus Christ, are all dinos this bad of drivers? Hey, Miralo, Miralo! A group of passing students dive for cover as Rosa cuts the corner. Maybe I won't have to meet her family after all, because I'll be dead in a ditch on the way there. I'm glad Rosa gave me this cross when she did. At least it gives me something to pray over as I watch my life flash before my eyes. The drive out to Rosa's house is long, much longer than I expected. The rustle of city slowly gives way to the near order of the suburbs, which in turn yields their place to a patchwork of farms and ranch houses. My relatively short walk to school suddenly doesn't seem so bad. Jeez, I can't believe Volcadera High is the closest school Rosa can get to. It's not. Mama wanted me to go, though. She said the schools out here are basura. Goddamn mumbling. That's actually the closest to us. I think Poppy went there, actually. Rosa points to a semi-dilapidated building as we drive by. Its most prominent features being several smashed windows and a dire need of new paint. If it wasn't for the billboard out in front sporting the school's name, I would think Rosa was lying. It must be hard living so far away from school. Rosa turns off the main street, passing into a lonely, unmarked road. See, sometimes it can be a pain, especially when I'm late doing my hair or whatever. I peek over, watching as Rosa tussles her hair with her free hand. It's hard to believe she ever had a bad hair day in her life, with how luscious those auburn locks look. Hey, Anon, Dihalo, you're making me blush. Sometimes it pays to mumble. Chuckling, I point to my chrome dome. At least it's something I never have to worry about. Giggling, Rosa leans over to elbow me in the ribs. I entertain us for a while by attempting to blind passing motorists with the reflection of my head. Silly is considered two different meanings in Spanish. Clown and dummy. Mexicans are terrible drivers. Instead of using the shoulder to make a turn, they come to a stop in the middle of the fucking road. I'm sorry you have a beef with my race. Just when it comes to driving and playing loud music, I still enjoy Mexican food. Eventually, Rosa pulls off yet again, this time pausing through a wrought iron gate and onto a well-maintained gravel drive. Long stretches of green growing, things flank us on either side. This must be the place. Rosa pulls up to a large terracotta-tiled house. It's nice, with a huge porch wrapping around the house. Parked outside a large barn are several work trucks. Yeah, I need to sit up more. Thank you. Several work trucks, dirt splattered, and with several racks of tools in the back. So, do you guys use these all for the farm? I point at the trucks as I climb out of Rosa's car, backpack in hand. Rosa follows shortly after me, not bothering to lock up her car. Okay. Oh, those see. Well, some of them. She points to one on the far end whose equipment racks are empty. That one there, that's Pappy's truck. The truck in question does look a little nicer. Newer, with a little less dirt on the outside. Your dad doesn't haul his own equipment or something? Not quite. Rosa turns to me, grinning mischievously across her car. Mama just makes Poppy store his guns inside now. What little blood remains in my monitor bleach face fades. Relax, I'm just kidding. I sigh, resisting the urge to mop my forehead. He still leaves them outside sometimes. I try desperately to banish the image of a gun-toting Aquilops breaking down my door. I turn my back and gaze out across the fields. So, changing the topic for no particular reason. Is this all your family farm? Whatever. I jab a finger out towards the fields. Rosa joins me on the other side of the car, away from the house. The fields come nearly all the way up to the house, separately only by well-kept yard and pastured-styled fence. Beyond that, though, they seem to stretch a pretty sizable distance. See, all 40 acres of it. Half of it we lease out to other farmers who need extra fields, or to companies during the off-season. I nod along. Even after all this time spent in the gardening club, I still know nothing about... Oh great, the yawns are coming super early. It's barely even 7, like come on now. I still know nothing about growing things. Although I did grow that cool... Wait. Oh no, is he talking about the thing? Though I did... Oh no. Although I did grow that cool mushroom one time on that one sock that... Oh no. Oh god, not that post. Oh. You know what? Never mind. Mama and Poppy bought it when they got married. Ah yes, boomers. She giggles, sending my heartbeat quickening. I don't even think they had money for a house at first. Must have been an awkward wedding night. Rosa elbows me in the ribs again. A little less gently this time. Aye, none of that. Comprendio? Rosa settles down, leaving her head on my shoulder. That's not much compared to some other farms out here. Compared to some other farms? Taking in the size of their field, it's hard to imagine that this is a small operation. I help out Poppy when I can, weekends, or after school if my boyfriend doesn't make me late. I rest my head on hers, smelling the sweet smell of her hair. Wow, I didn't know I was depriving your family of such a valued worker. Rosa continues to stare out across her family's field. Normally, Mama helps out with that as well, but ever since her voice trails off. Foot, meet mouth. I could feel Rosa stiff against my shoulder. Hear her playing idly with her keys. Hey. Rosa turns to look at me, a sad little frown creasing her beautiful face. I didn't mean to bring up that. Honestly, I didn't. This is supposed to be a nice night, and here I go, stressing you out and shit. I'm sorry. I can't know what you're going through, but I'm here to make it better, however I can. I'm here for you. I pulled Rosa into a squeeze, feeling her hug me back tight. We stand like that for a second, both of us relishing the other's touch. When Rosa speaks, her voice is muffled against my chest. Gracias, Anon. She pulls away. And it's okay, you didn't say anything wrong. It's just hard sometimes. You've never seen her before. Rosa gestures vaguely in the air. Before she got sick, but she's so different now. She's slimmed down so much, and even the smallest things are difficult. I've seen her sprite too. If she's slim then, I only imagine what she was before. Rosa throttles the air in frustration. If she just let me help her. For a second, it looks like Rosa's going to launch into another Spanish tirade, but she holds back. Spent, she sighs. What am I going to do, Anon? I shift from foot to foot awkwardly. I'm still not used to people asking advice from me, a miserable weeb who just wanted to be left alone. But now Rosa and Fang both look to me for help. On the roof, Fang just wanted to vent, but this is different. Jeez, what do I even say to her? Oh, boy. Okay, like two or three more yawns and I'm gonna have to call it. I can't go on like this, I'm sorry. Everything I can think of sounds so trite, so commonplace. Honestly, don't know what to say. Rosa, she turns her eyes to mine. The truth is, I don't know what's going to happen with your mom. Before she can start to look worse, I take hold of both of her hands. But I do know that whatever happens, I'll be right there beside you. Rosa faces me with pleading eyes. Promise? I give her hands a squeeze. Promise. My word seems to ease Rosa somewhat. The faint beginnings of a smile eases her face out when it... The faint beginnings of a smile ease her face out of its previous frown. Good. Taking my hand in hers, she leads me to the front door, where her family is waiting for me. As Rosa and I cross through the door, the thought occurs to me. The last family I visited. Hopefully it goes better than that. Oh yeah, Fang's family. Mama, papi, estoy en casa. As Rosa leads me through the front door, I'm hit with an immediate and powerful wave of smells. Strong odors reminiscent of Rosa's cooking purinate the inside of the house, the spicy richness promising the best meal of my life. The strongest of which is coming from over there. Smells good, doesn't it? I look back to where Rosa's hanging her backpack in a closet. A brief glance of a mountain of work boots and trucker's hat cements that this is a working household. I'm not half as good as Mama in the kitchen. Not half as good. I recalled all the delicious meals Rosa has brought me over our relationship. This promises to be a good evening, then. Rosa gives me a playful hip check. Hey, aren't you supposed to say I'm the best cook? I managed to catch myself before stumbling into a wall of pictures. Isn't honesty the best policy? Rosa rolls her eyes at the tired cliche. Not when your girlfriend's feelings are at stake. Giving her my most innocent grin, I take a look at the photographs I almost crashed into. Most of them seem to be family photos, smiling equalipses at various stages of life, attending huge family gatherings. Their happiness reminds me of how little my own family seems to want to do with me. Is this you? I point to a photo of a young woman in an enormous dress. A prink. You sure it wasn't pink? A prink frilly skirt nearly doubling her size. Rosa eyes the photo for a second. Why does she look nostalgic? Actually, it's me! Wait, oh, it's someone else. A cold voice cuts Rosa off before she can finish. Yeah, that's supposed to be her skinny, so I'm wondering now, like, how thick she was. I turn slowly to face the owner, suddenly very aware of how close Rosa and I are standing. She's just standing there. Menacingly. Menacing. Okay, now it's not as funny. Oh, Mama, this is Anon. The demurely dressed matron of the house regards me with cold eyes. I like how she even has, like, the hairs, or the spice coming out of her ponytail. It just seems a little weird, but whatever. How do you do, ma'am? Any second now, I feel like I'm going to slip into my own puddle of sweat. And this is me madre, Isabel. It's still Rosa's mom. So, Rosa's mom takes a step towards us. I have to fight the instinct to step back. With Fang's dad, it was like staring down the barrel of a gun. But this is like being measured for my own coffin. You're the Nino my Rosa is fallen for. She looks me down head to toe before addressing her daughter. L.S. Pequino. Mama. Y Calvo. Rosa seems to fixate on my head. Muy Calvo. Pair of them descend into rapid Spanish. Even with Rosa serving as my free tutor when she can, I haven't learned enough to follow the conversation. Eventually, after much gesturing, Rosa seems to have won whatever battle they were waging. The stern, spiny Signorina favors me with a curt nod and a sniff. Dinner will be ready soon. Go wash up down the hall. Without another word, she turns on her heel, stalking back towards the source of the heavenly smells. Porku pig, what? Was it because of my snorting? I'm lily white and I've rear-ended one person and flipped a Kia Soul. Oh god. I'm sorry to say this, but everyone is terrible at driving. Anon needs to start wearing football pads for his health. I envy people who own farms. 40 acres is pretty small. Hey, it's Zanmik. Zanmik, yeah. How's it going? I love Rosa's design, but her neutral pose is not meant for long scenes. The idea of someone standing like that IRL is goofy as shit. Yeah, where she's like looking like she's gonna grapple someone. I'm telling right now that I legit have 3 orange trees and I'm Mexican. That's not a stereotype. Mexicans love oranges. If you ask someone who's Mexican and denies it, they're fucking lying. You mean it is a stereotype? I have a pretty big garden too with a shit ton of roses and other flowers. Rosa stands like that because she remembers the basics of CQC. You sure you sure it's not because she's a luchadora or something? Why does the fandom think Anon doesn't get along with his family? Porku Pig because of the stutter. Well, that doesn't make sense. That should be Porku Retard. Alright. Or Porku Sped. Without another word, oh yeah, I read that. I finally released the breath I was subconsciously holding. How could someone that frail looking muster up that much intensity? I felt like she was going to nail me on the wall with her gaze alone. I feel Rosa at my side, tugging me down the hall. Come on, Anon, you heard Mama. I did. I'm still dazed after my near Madre experience. Rosa gives me a weak smile. Cheer up, this is going well. Porky Pig. I'm not a pig. That was what you consider well. See. I expected a lot more, honestly. I mean, you heard what she said. I think she likes you. Rosa, I couldn't understand anything she said. Laughing, Rosa takes my hand, patting it as she leads me in the direction her mom indicated. Following her, part of me is surprised my bones haven't turned to jelly. Didn't you learn anything from your Spanish lessons? Well, you wouldn't tell me how to swear, so... No. Wait, that was Spanish, wasn't it? It was all good, trust me. My bullshit alarm, finally honed after years of spotting shills, begins to go off. Rosa, what does Pequeno Mono Flaco mean? If I didn't know any better, I'd say she was biting back a laugh. Look, you made it through the front door, didn't you? That's not something other boys can say. A Praic victory at best. Also, any other boy. Have there been... Granted, you're the only boy I've... Rosa's face starts to turn red. I mean, you're the first boyfriend that I've... With how she's twisting her hair, I'm surprised it hasn't pulled off. You're the first boy I've ever been serious about. I've had other boyfriends before, but none I've wanted to bring home to me familia. Oh. Now it's my turn for a face inferno. It's a pun. Rose's mom actually accepted him. That's something. If I had to guess, it probably has to do with the ultimatum Anon was given. The way Anon recounts it comes off like his father just wants him out of the house, yeah? Sounds about right. That's, Rosa buries her face in her hands for a second. Ay, Dios mío, Anon, don't mention that to Mama. What, the other boyfriend part? Or the part about being serious? She uncovers her face with an embarrassed laugh. Both! If Mama knew there were other boys, ones I didn't mention, I think I can imagine what would happen if Isabel found out Rosa had boyfriends in the past. For some reason, a shallow grade keeps popping up. Don't worry, Rosa. Your secret is safe with me. Rosa sags with relief. I wonder if I could, but it's gonna cost you. The cheeky grin is quickly silenced by Rosa's threatening finger. Nope, can't joke about it yet. And on lo juro por Dios. Freshly scrubbed for dinner, Rosa leads me into the kitchen. It's cozy, the numerous cooking utensils lining the wall gives it a lived-in feel. It's probably bigger than my entire apartment. Rosa's mother turns away from the stove, where a massive stained crock-pot boils with the most amazing smells I've ever, smelled. So, Anon, her eyes narrow, tell me more about yourself. She settles down onto a stool by the stove with a sense of familiarity. I wonder how long she spends in this room. Oh man, there's not much to tell. I start to relay the important parts of my life, starting with my move to Volcadera, careful to leave out the specific reason behind my move. Isabel takes it in silence, quietly studying me behind a cup of coffee with two little handprints on it. There's a strength in her eyes unmatched by her body, like she's holding herself together more through sheer will than anything else. Rosa never specified what was wrong with her mom, but now that I'm not fearing for my life, I can see the signs. Isabel's hands shake slightly when she gives the poblano a stir, her body frail, her face creased beyond her age. I can't imagine what Rosa must be going through, seeing her mother being reduced like this. And well, that's how your daughter and I met. And how you kissed. She wields the words like a knife. Well, Mama! Rosa brandishes the same finger she used on me, blushing furiously as she does so. Eso fu privado, you and Poppy said you'd be nice. Isabel relents somewhat, a sly smile on her face. Oh, Silento, Rosa, you didn't think I wouldn't embarrass you in front of your friend, did you? She catches herself slightly, the word boy noticeably absent. Rosa begins sliding around the kitchen, summoning plates and silverware from the multitude of cabinets. And you will have to forgive Mama. She promised to be nice, but I suppose she forgotten that promise as well. The older woman flinches slightly. Whatever promise Rosa is talking about, it seems to have an effect on her mother. Rosa no delante di nostro invitado. The two women stare each other down for a second. Fine, but we are not finished with this. Isabel sighs. Come, Anon, help me to the table. Poppy should be here soon. I hold out my hand for her to take, helping her out of the stool. Her grip is weaker than I thought it'd be. I forget if the father figure had a spread or not. Towards the head of the table, Rosa joins us soon after, distributing plates and spoons for 4. Please, Anon, sit. She beckons me to the chair across from her. Are you sure? I'd be happy to help Rosa in the kitchen. I cast a semi-pleading look towards my girlfriend. A part of me wants to avoid being alone with Rosa's mom in case I do anything to make things worse. Rosa can serve dinner when her father gets here. Come, talk to an old woman for a moment. Laughing, Rosa finishes the place setting. Mama, you are no old woman. Bye, Rosa. Sometimes I feel like one. I know how that feels. Oh, I feel old. As I take a seat across from her, I can see what she means. All the strength Isabel had before seems to have gone. Like she was saving it all up for our initial meeting. She can barely sit upright without wincing now. And I'm sorry about how I acted before. Her apology catches me off guard. It's not every day Rosa brings a boy home for us to meet, and, well, she laughs softly. I acted just like mi Pia Madre. Taking another sip from her mug, she gives me a soft smile. Despite the waning of her eyes, it's just as warm as any of Rosa's. Please, you were telling me more about you and Rosa. About how you two have been getting along with the garden. Before I can answer, a booming voice echoes from the front door. Ya ligue ella está aquí. Oh god, there... You can see that's where the budget ended. Not bothering to wait for a response, well, I can only assume to be Rosa's dad barges into the dining room. I never saw it that way. It's just his father telling him not to fuck up. They do also send Anon across the country alone to live in the slums to go to public high school. Not a fancy private school or college, just regular school. The I don't care which comes across as kind of cold, but we all have to go off is Anon's recollection, and he doesn't talk about his folks much. Doesn't seem to miss them either. And pay for his rent for a year, give him a regular allowance, loan him a tux. They went out of their way to give him a second chance after he became a pariah at rock bottom. Anon's dad just sounds stern and authoritative, but so is Spears. Priopa Madre means like my own mother. Okay, I'll be sure to forget that in like a few hours. It's like watching an avalanche of scales descend towards me in slow motion. Papi! Rosa flits out of the kitchen, hugging her father as he spins her around. Joshua, please, how many times have I told you? Boots off at the door. Rosa's mom gives the Titanic man a pleading look, her voice weak. Okay, oh that? Letting Rosa's down, he looks back at the dusty boot prints on the floor. Putting both hands to his gut as if to contain it, Joshua lets out a booming laugh. Well, sorry, dear. But what's the good of having a broom if we don't use it? He turns to me, still holding his stomach with one hand. There we go. You must be him. Rosa introduces me from the kitchen as I stand, hand outstretched. Papi, this is Anon, my boyfriend. She gives me a cute smile while she attends to the dinner being cooked. Anon, huh? I heard a lot about you, boy. Come here, come here. Joshua ignores my outstretched hand. Nice to meet you. Ah! Before I could protest, I'm swallowed up in a hug, smothered by 250 pounds of scalding dinosaur scales. I feel the life slowly being squeezed out of me. Josh, let the poor boy go. He's had enough parental trouble already. Free from my fleshy prison, I can finally breathe. I can finally breath again. That's another drink. Ugh, I think the weather's killing the stream for me. The heat is killing me here because I got my door closed. Already almost 2.5 hours in. Isabel, I forgive you for anything you might have said. Sorry. It's just so good to see you, Anon. Joshua repeated claps to my shoulder like I'm being driven to the floor as a human nail. I've been looking forward to this all week. My little girl bringing home her little boyfriend for the first time. What father wouldn't be excited? Rosa emerges from the kitchen, a tureen of heavily scented goodness cradled in her arms. Poppy, please, I'd like there to be something left of Anon by the end of tonight, okay? Ignoring the idea of Rosa wanting me at the end of the night. Indeed, I'm sure you would. Sure you would. Josh, go clean up. We're about to eat. Laughing, Rosa's dad flees to the kitchen as she starts to dole out the food. I have to hold myself back from diving into the sticky, sweet goodness. If anything, it smells even better than the time Rosa brought it to the gardening club meeting. Still in one piece? Smiling, Rosa takes a spot next to mine. Barely. Your dad may have squeezed a bit of me out with that hug there. I can see Isabel smile out of the corner of my eye. Seems she's preparing her own appetizer of pills. See, he's a friendly guy, Pappy. He almost impaled himself on Stella's spikes the first time she came over. Your little green friend? See, I prefer this one here. Rosa's dad points to me as he takes his spot at the head of the table. Much less spiky, bahaha. His booming laugh makes me jump a little. Alright, Rosa, would you lead? Lead, like, get a head start on eating, or... I see Rosa begin to clasp her hands together. Oh. Right. Eyeing the picture of Raptor Jesus above the table, I bow my head as well. Once Grace is finished, dinner itself passes quickly. The mole poblano is just as delicious as it smells, as I get a fucking twinge in the side of my fucking torso. That's great. Rosa even slipped some chicken into mine, knowing how I prefer to avoid tofu. I keep forgetting they're vegans. Oh. Before long, I was awash in family stories and great food. Joshua took no small delight in telling all of Rosa's embarrassing stories. Like how she used to have adventures of Rosa the Explorer, complete with a purple backpack she made herself. Man, I'm so going to hold that over her head. Isabel even got a little of her previous spark back, either from the food or the memories. She seemed to take delight in drawing my own family stories out of me. Well, what little there was. As the night went on, it was plain to me that this was going to be a one-sided affair. Rosa's parents would regale me with happy tales of their wonderful daughter, and I would try to ignore the fact that my parents didn't want a single thing to do with me anymore. I thought back to my mom and dad, back in rock bottom, the same ones who sent their only son halfway across the country. Yeah, if Anon's parents really cared that much, why don't they call? They don't check up on their boy. You think they'd be a little concerned for like a half a year of not seeing them. Like, I'm a grown-ass man, and I still get calls from my mom. Do they do it because I begged them to, unable to face the teasing anymore? Or do they do it because they want me out of the house? My father made it clear that once high school was over, I wasn't welcome back home. They don't even write him. Up until now, I hadn't thought of what I would do. Not even a Christmas card. It always seems so far... Wait, no, because Snoot game starts in January. I forgot. I'm thinking Wani because I'm a dumbass. It always seems so far away, and being alone was so tempting. But sitting here, in a warm dining room surrounded by a loving family, I guess I realized I kind of wanted that. The idea of going back home tonight after Rosa drops me off to an empty apartment in Skid Row. Is that what I want? Plus, they don't they don't show up after ending one as far as we can tell. Or it just doesn't seem important to mention at that point, yeah? After dinner, Rosa's parents walked us to the door. Anon, thank you for coming over. The frail woman gives me a hug, her hands trembling somewhat on my back. Keep treating her right and maybe you can come over for Easter dinner. Mama! Rosa's mom hides a laugh behind her hand. Anon, pleasure to have you out here. You can do this, Anon. Prepare yourself. Nope, didn't help. Fuck, I think my spine might be dislocated. Maybe next time I could show you the fields. Make a farmer out of you. I managed a weak laugh to match his. I mean, gardening club is alright, but... Pappy, stop trying to hire my boyfriend. Thank you, Rosa. These hands were meant to farm noobs, not to farm crops. Drive safe, you two. Rosa gives her parents a hug. And come right home, Rosa. Their son gets shot and they no-show. That's true. Stepping outside, the twilight of the evening cradled me like a cool blanket. Not even a phone call. I hesitated a moment, listening to the crickets chirp. It was nice to hear them again, so far from the city. Normal, the only nightlife I hear are the sirens and scream of drug addicts. Out here was more like home, like rock bottom. Since when did I think of rock bottom as home? Anon? I realized I had closed my eyes. Sorry, I was just taking it in for a moment. Rosa entwined her arm in mine as we walked to her car. I could feel her sigh against my body. Ah, mi novio. I think that went well, don't you? I nod, letting her voice mingle with the relaxing sounds of the farm. Poppy liked you, but I guess he likes everyone. Even Mama wasn't as bad as I expected. As we reach the car now, moving to hold each other face to face. You expected worse? Maybe. Rosa gives me a coy smile. You won her over in the end, though. That's all that matters. She wasn't kidding about Easter, though. Our faces were almost touching at this point. Rosa's eyes begin to close as she presses her body against mine. So I've got to treat you right to be invited back, huh? My hands trail up her arms, coming to rest on her shoulders. Gods, does she smell wonderful. Oh, Cece. You better treat me real good, Anon. Her lips parted as she reached up to me, my own mouth coming down to meet her. So treat me well and kiss me, mi amor. Rosa's arms seep. They seep. Rosa's arms seep around my neck, pulling me even closer to her. Purple moon. No one visits Anon in the hospital, not even Spears. It's a narrative choice to highlight his isolation, which he brought on himself. No, I don't know. I think, like, after the whole ending one thing where, like, Fang going crazy, everyone thinks he's the one who did that to Fang, so no one really wants to hang out with the guy who made a girl go crazy and shoot up the school. Or be associated with the guy who was with the school shooter the most. It was all the excuse I needed. After what feels like an eternity, the start of a new quarter finally dawns. And not a moment too soon. I managed to survive midterms with most of my grades and sanity intact. I owe most of my survival to Stella and Rosa, honestly. The two of them were a huge help in helping me study. Normally, I fall back on Fang, Trish, and Reed for help, since I got most of the classes with them, but... for some reason, Trish decided to dump a metric ton of bullshit on me during midterms week. Accidentally spilling coffee on my math notes, deliberately interrupting my study session in the library, pulling Fang out of our music lessons for some stupid reason or another. She even tried to get me pulled from one of my tests, some bogus about me making a bomb threat or something. Everyone knows mass shootings are the new craze. Uh-oh. It was like she unleashed a year's worth of pent-up trigger rage on me in the span of 5 days. And no matter what I did, she just wouldn't relent. Whatever, at least it's over with. The pink parasocial parasite rolls her eyes over the rim of her hideous, bedazzled coffee thermos. Spears came on the speaker during homeroom, demanding all seniors to make for the auditorium for a special announcement. Naomi took the opportunity to walk with me, but I know what she really wants. Anon, you just gotta ignore Trish. Don't let her get to you. Like you've been doing this whole year. Try to have some fun. Hold on. Try to have some fun. Maybe you could take Fang and go do this again. Ever since the concert at Moe's, Nemo seems convinced that Fang and I belong together. Naomi, I told you, I'm with Rosa now. Fang and I, we're just friends. She hardly took that for an answer. I just think the two of you would work so well together. Despite my best efforts, it's impossible to tune her out. Time for another approach. Look, I appreciate the help, Naomi, but I'm fine. Besides, shouldn't you be focused on your own boyfriend? Done anything fun with Nazer lately? Normally, Naomi takes to talking about Nazer like a cat to an unsupervised set of Venetian blinds? But today, I am focused on Nazarene on. What does that mean? You really don't get it, do you? Goodbye. Naomi fixes me with her painted, bitchy look before stomping away in disgust. Well, whatever. I don't need her prying into my relationships. I'm happy with Rosa, and Fang is, well, gone. I'm sure she's fine. Bang, bang! I slip into the auditorium, scanning the rows of students. She should already be Anon Acqui. Rosa and Stella found a spot in the middle row. Further down, I catch a glimpse of a white-winged figure near the front row. I wonder what Fang's doing so close to the stage. So if I recall this correctly, this is probably going to be the part where where Trish exposes Anon's past. Hey Rosa, hey Stella. I slide into the empty seat next to Rosa. Automatically, our hands find one another's. They say what we're doing here? No, nothing yet. Oh my god, do you think it's about prom? Wouldn't they just announce that to the whole school? Besides, is it a bit too early to be worrying about that? Oh, is that so? Rosa jabs a finger into my chest, smiling. What, not looking forward to prom, me novio? I shift awkwardly in my seat. I've never been to a school dance before. My reputation at rock bottom precluded asking anyone out. But now that I'm with Rosa... I mean, I guess. You guess. Rosa lays a hand over her forehead dramatically. A night of getting dressed up, dancing. Rosa sighs luxuriously. Es tan romantica. When Rosa puts it that way, maybe it won't be so bad. My mind drifts to thoughts of Rosa, resplendently dressed, her and I standing cheek to cheek on the dance floor. Oh no. Between Trish and Anon, Trish had more of a detrimental effect on Fang. God, I hate Trish. But yeah, Trish is the one who's probably painting Anon in a bad light, and everyone's probably gonna believe the dinosaur over the DEI skinny student, you know? I swear, if this trigger still does it, even with Anon being with Rosa, probably. Jeez, Anon, I didn't think you could get this red. Before I can embarrass myself further, Spears takes the stage. Rosa and I, still holding hands, just barely managed to cover our ears this time. Listen up! I'm sure you know by now, but graduation's coming up quick. It's my job to make sure you're prepared for what that entails. But first, your student council has prepared the slideshow to start us off. The behemoth of a man nods towards Naomi as she slides out from behind the stage. Take it away. Naomi, not blessed with Spears' titanic voice, carries a wireless microphone with her. I check out the second she launches into her heavily rehearsed speech. Something about turning points in our lives? I don't know, who cares? Rosa and Stella seem to be paying attention at least. Eyes wandering, I remember my brief glimpse of Fang from before. Sure enough, she's right down in the front row. Looks like Reed's operating the projector, so must be why they're down there. Trish is there with them. I can barely make it out, but it looks like she's looking back at the seats. What is she looking for? I give her the burb, just as her gaze passes over me. Hope that's what you wanted, you stupid A sharp gasp from Rosa turns my attention away from Trish. What? I was just joking around. Wait, she's not even looking at me. What's so interesting about Naomi's? What the fuck? What the fuck is that? How is that happening? How? No, I was so careful. I got rid of everything. I can't bring myself to tear my eyes away from the horror that's on screen. It feels like the planet has stopped. Everyone is dead silent. And everyone's looking back at me. And then the laughing begins. Bro, look at the top of his head! That did it. Like a dam bursting, the room fills with the sounds of hundreds of voices laughing in unison. Naomi's frantic attempts to move past the slide are but a whisper among the jeering. Reed, change the slide! With every change of slide, a new shame is heaped upon my head. Raptor Jesus, why are there so many? And each one worse than the last. A low wail escapes my lips. Oh my god! Anon, please talk to me. I'm dimly aware of Rose's hand patting my cheek. There's a sudden boom from the front of the room, and then darkness. Hello, Misery, my old friend. The lights come back on a second after, revealing what happened. Fang, wings bristling, stands over the smashed remains of the projector. Naomi, Nazer, and Reed are off to her side. The couple no doubt grilling him about how this could happen. And Trish is nowhere to be seen. Minovio? Rosa finally manages to twist my head around to face hers. Her voice trembles. Anon, are you okay? Alright, that's enough. Everyone get your ass back to class now. I can hear Spears' voice desperately attempting to reclaim order. But all I can see is Rosa. Look at me, Minovio. Look at me. Rosa blocks out the ugly faces of the crowd. In the moment, I'm reminded of the first awkward almost kiss we shared in the school gardens. The laughter seems to die down somewhat. It's okay, Anon. It's all going to be okay. Slowly, Rosa transfers the grip of one hand to my shoulder, gently pulling me up out of my seat. She never lets me look anywhere but at her face, however. Let's go, Minovio. Follow me. Smiling, she guides me along, walking backwards as to never take her gaze from mine. I don't know if the laughter died down by now or what, but I don't care. Hers is the only voice I want to hear right now. Shh, Anon, that's it. Just follow me, okay? Actually, yeah, in ending one, it mentions that Trish spreads rumors about Anon being responsible for what happens to Fang. Trish's hitbox is too small. Alright, just follow me to the gardens. No? Anon. Outside, Rosa cradles me to her chest. Are we gonna see that sprite again? I think we're outside Spear's office. Are you going to be alright, Minovio? I can barely hear her words. Honestly, my mind is so fuming about what just happened. What Trish, that bitch! Don't listen to what they were saying, Anon. You don't need them. All that hostility during midterms and now this? Okay, Anon, please, listen to me. But why this? Why now? What the fuck did Trish think she was doing? There are people who care about you here at school. People like me. People like Fang. Your friends. I swear to Rapture Jesus, when I find Trish, I'm going to make insert most recent mass shooting here look like a fucking joke. So don't worry about what other people say, okay, Anon? All that matters are the people who care about you. You've got to learn how to forgive. The sound of footsteps snaps me out of my daze. Rosa lets me pull away from her to face my new arrivals. It feels like her hand on my back is the only thing keeping me upright, though. Fang, what are you doing here? Fang's voice is quiet, her eyes downcast. Part of me wonders how much of me buried in Rosa's cleavage she saw. Anon, you gonna be alright? I mumble something incoherent. We were worried about you. We? I noticed Reed slinking up behind her, tail dragging across the ground. Had to skip class, bro. Had to see how you were doing. I'm doing pretty shit, Reed. In case you missed it, I just got fucking doxxed in front of the entire school. Wait a minute. My thoughts focus themselves away from the best way to dispose of a small busty dino for a second. Reed, you were at the projector. Did you know? Fang and Rosa both gasp. Reed Logeropodios. Fang takes a step away from Reed, possibly to distance herself from Rosa's wrath. Watching Rosa level that finger in his direction, though, I don't think Fang moved far enough away. What did you do? Whoa, let's just calm down, mi amigos. Hear me out, okay? Nose flaring like a bull, Rosa halts her attack. Reed lays out his version of events. By his account, Trish acted all on her own. That little bitch. Truthfully, with how angry I was, Reed could have blamed anything on Trish and I'd believe him. All that shit she did during midterms had already lowered my opinion of her down to 0. What she just did wasn't adding more fuel to the fire, it was napalming the entire area. But just when I was ready to find Trish and rip her horns out one by one, Reed said the only thing I never thought about. Did you ever stop to consider why Trish always gave you a hard time? That stopped me in my tracks. Neither Fang nor Reed could answer for Trish, so for why she acted like the way she did towards me. There was only one way to find out. Anon, could you come here for a second? With a final squeeze by Rosa, it was my turn to be called into Spear's office. Inside, my eyes instantly fixated on Trish, sitting in front of Spear's desk, arm and tail wrapped around her knees in front of her. After Jesus, there's like an entire rainforest of tissue surrounding her. She looks awful. Good. Trish, I believe you wanted to say something to Anon. I resist the urge to strangle her then and there. This is all your fault. My fault? If you hadn't come here, hadn't forced your way into our group, I can feel angry bile start to rise. If this bitch doesn't shut the fuck up, then Fang would have never developed feelings for you. The words erupt from Trish like a bursting dam. All my anger that I had been building up until now vanishes. Fang has feelings for me? It can't be. Can it? What she said before the show, wanting to study before midterms, the way her hands would brush against mine in science or music, 1,000 other small furtive things she did, each a small reflection of the things Rosa and I shared. Fang likes me. Could I really have been so blind? Or did I just not want to see it? You ripped my best friend away from me, and what do? You go around with some other girl, rubbing it in their face. Wait, what do you mean some other girl? Some other they, them? It's like you don't even care about them. But I care. Trish descends into a blubbering mess, hiding her head in her hands as fresh tears spill onto her lap. Anon? Spear's surprisingly gentle voice pulls me away from Trish's sobs. Is there anything you would like to say to Trish? Trish raises her head enough to peer up at me over crossed arms. Maybe Rosa was right. Is this going to be our first decision out of like 3 hours? Maybe I do have to learn to forgive. Trish, kill yourself. I didn't mean to drive a wedge into your group, and I didn't mean to be such a dick to you. Her eyes widen in surprise. What Fang feels about me is her own damn problem. Man, this would be a lot easier without Spears here. I can't control what she feels any more than what you can. I never meant to hurt Fang by getting with Rosa, believe me. I just wanted to be Fang's friend. But do what you did, even for someone you care about. That's fucked up. Trish withdraws into her little ball some more. I'm sorry you felt the need to protect Fang's feelings like this. And maybe one day I can forgive you for what you did. But not right now, okay? Trish stares at me like she can't even believe what I just said. And frankly, I can hardly believe it either. Spears intercedes at this point, wrapping a fatherly arm around Trish's shoulder. Very mature of you, Anon. You're a long way away from where you started. Feel free to take the rest of the day off. With one final look back at Trish, I head back out into the hall. Oh, that's one crazy chick dealt with. Now I just hope I don't have to deal with 2 more. Back outside, the moon is tense. Fang and Reed occupy one side of the door, their whispered conversations halting as I emerge. Rosa stands on the other side, her expression carefully neutral. Looking at her, I can't remember the last time she looked this guarded. Shit, they must have heard everything. Yo, Anon, you doing okay, bro? Honestly, I don't know. But I do know there's no way I'm going back to class today. Fang looks like she's about to say something, but stops. There's a pain in her eyes as she looks from the office door and then back to me. So is there still going to be the stairs scene again? Fang. I can see the petite tarot jump at Rosa's word. Rosa doesn't sound angry. In fact, she doesn't sound like anything. And I think that's what's worrying everyone. Look, Rosa, I'm sorry for what Trish did, but... Come on. I'm sorry for what Trish did, but I had nothing to do with it. I swear How could you not tell me? Fang's beak snaps shut. Rosa's voice is husky, full of half-promised tears. All this time, feeling the way you do about him. All I can do is shuffle awkwardly as the 2 women turn their eyes towards me for a second. I must have hurt to see us together, each and every day. I'm sorry, Fang. Fang's face is the picture of disbelief. It's clear she never expected Rosa to be the one apologizing to her. And truthfully, neither did I. Arms outstretched, Rosa takes a step forward. Amigas? Fang hesitates for a second, glancing towards me, her amber eyes catching mine. In that instant, I can feel like I can read her thoughts. If I do this, then any chance of us is gone. Smiling sadly, I nod in my head. Friends, Rosa. Slowly, Fang curls her arms around Rosa, carefully looking anywhere but at me. Just friends. The words seem to be meant more for me than Rosa. Ooh, gracias, Fang. I am reading. Ooh, gracias, Fang. I know it's not easy being in your... Just then, the door to Spears' office opens, disgorging a dejected and tear-stained Trish. You! Snarling, Rosa half lunges towards her, a string of Spanish expletives flooding out of her mouth. Hera, como te atreves? Trish is lucky that Fang was still hugging Rosa, the tarot putting all of her weight into holding Rosa back. Cuidado te ponga las manos encima. Trish cowers back, too afraid to speak. Rosa, please. Put myself between Rosa and the object of her wrath. As much as I would like to see Trish ripped to shreds, I know it wouldn't solve anything. Man, this forgiveness thing really blows. Rosa, listen. There's something we need to talk about together, okay? Rosa relents slightly. Fang looks amazed to have held her back for this long. You told me to forgive, right? Well, I can't forgive Trish if you murder her. I can hear Trish whimper behind me. Fine. Fang slowly lowers his arms, carefully keep them close enough in case Rosa attacks again. Straightening her dress, Rosa gives me a cold glance. I may yet live to regret my decision. Anon, I will wait for you by the exit. Shooting daggers at Trish, Rosa strolls off. For a moment, the four of us just stand in silence, all eyes on the tiny Triceratops. Eventually, Fang breaks the ice. Why? The talk with Trish is mercifully brief. Letting it spill about Fang's feelings towards me did not make Trish popular with her longtime friend. Fang seemed more angry at what Trish did in the auditorium than about Trish letting it slip how Fang felt about me. Trish mostly just stood there and took it. I think she knew she messed up. She looked ready to start bawling again when Fang said she was going to take a break from the band. Oh no, ending 3! Reed stayed behind to comfort Trish as Fang and I left, neither of us wanting to stick around for obvious reasons. As I turned my back on her, I couldn't help but think that Trish got everything she wanted. Romantically, Fang and I were finished. As much as it hurt to admit it, I think it's for the best. Oh, Rosa is so sweet. Rosa is a gem. That trigger gonna catch a case of fortune. Trish is openly hostile to Anon, but the game insists it's his fault somehow. I hate that. Yeah. There was never any friending Trish, and I hate how the bonus chapters have Anon apologize, but Trish never drones on screen. Rosa would rip Trish in half like a phone book. Amber fades away like the photograph, like Marty McFly. No more Amber. No more fan kids. Well, no, we're gonna get Maria now, and that's even worse. I don't like Maria. Gritting my teeth, I mentally prepare myself for what's about to happen. It's clear that everyone in the whole school knows my shame. Keeping my head down, I try my best to ignore the passing jeers. Hey, there's the weeb! God, he's pathetic. Hey, Anon, what's your power level? That's rock bottom all over again. I finally make it to the exit, shouldering open the door into the morning glare. Thankfully, Rosa is there waiting for me. Immediately, I'm engulfed in a tight hug. Hey, now just ignore those guys, okay? The scent of her hair lingers as she lets me go. You want me to take you home? And linger alone in my empty apartment? No, thanks. Actually, maybe we could go for a walk or something. I just don't want to be alone right now. Hey, loser, think fast! What the fuck is that? Yeah, stare time. Of course. The more the timeline changes, the more the timeline remains the same. Ow. Hang on. Everything hurts. Even thinking about how much it hurts somehow hurts. Minovio, are you okay? Can you stand? I'm vaguely aware of something orange and indignant hovering above me. I como es atriven esses pequenas miridas. Rosa helps me to my feet. Oh, my everything. Can you walk? Should I call an ambulance? Once I'm upright, I manage to take stock of what happened. Still got all my arms and legs. I don't think I broke myself upon my body. There's the third yawn. One more and I'm calling it. I really felt the strength of the earth when I hit the ground, though. Again, I try and take a step, my legs collapsing quickly beneath me. Fuck! Oh, Dios mío, Enon, please, you are too hurt to walk. Here, let me help you over here. Rosa helps me to a nearby bench. You wait here while I bring the car around, okay? I nod, wishing I hadn't, as a new pain shoots down my spine. Just a minute, see? Don't move. Even if I wasn't broken. Rosa's tone brook no disobedience. I focus on breathing without agony as she sprints towards the parking lot. Atone with my thoughts, my mind keeps snapping back to Fang. How long has she had these feelings? The concert at Moe's? Before? Closing my eyes, I can see the look she gave me. The one that was looking for me to give her any excuse to not accept Rosa's friendship. Fuck, I hope I didn't ruin our own friendship because of this. Am I a jerk for doing that to her? No, I couldn't have kept leading her on like that. She deserves the truth. But Rosa and I are a couple, and nothing is going to come between that. A sudden sneeze awakens fresh pain I never thought possible. Okay, maybe my death might come between us. With Rosa's help, I'm barely able to make it into the passenger seat of the car. Okay, Anon, where to? What? I mean, where do you live? I haven't even thought of where to go. My idea of just walking around town until sunset seems like a bad idea now. But going back to my apartment, I can't let Rosa see how I live. How about we just drive to the nearest address now? 237 South St. Hammond Street. Oh boy. Fuck. The words are out of my mouth before I know it. Rosa chews her lip, hands hesitating on the keys. I knew it. I knew I shouldn't have told her. She knows as well as I do what kind of neighborhood that is. Look, Rosa, it's not as bad as everybody thinks. There hasn't even been a stabbing in a couple days. Stabbing? No, Lucero. Shaking her head, Rosa keys the ignition on, not caring to check before speeding off the curb. I'm taking you to my house. Uh-oh. No arguing. Rosa's tone knocks my feeble protest away like a 10-pound ball right down to the center of the lane. I kept silent after that. No sense arguing with her when she gets in this mood. And you know, talking and breathing feels like my insides are on fire. I wonder which is worse. The rest of the trip out to Rosa's house passes in relative silence. Save for my involuntary curses at each bump in the road and Rosa's muttered apologies, I don't think either of us had said anything. Until... Hey, Rosa. Mercifully, Rosa had slowed the car down as she hit the gravel road of her family's farm. Okay. Are your parents home today? Rosa gives me a quick smile. Nope, it's just us, mi novio. And she sounds as nervous as I am. Oh boy. Trish gonna end up in a cartel video. I told you about the stairs. The victim blaming on Anon is insane, yeah? Skinny could be here, she thought. Rosa promised the house is quiet as we shuffle through the front door. The lack of delicious smells feels wrong somehow. Rosa, you didn't need to carry my... Shush. Rosa dumps our backpacks by the door. Come here, let's get you laying down. Slowly, Rosa leads me down the hall, my heart rate quickening. It's like someone hitting a speed bag inside my chest. Rosa's room isn't what I expected. With how beautiful and caring Rosa is, it's a shock to see her room as messy as mine. Her desk is a mess of papers, some school assignments, others look like a plant magazine of some type. Photos dot the wall above the desk, framed family photos hanging side by side with Polaroid snapshots of her and Stella. The bed is a mess of clothes, a mountain of which Rosa is quickly excavating with reckless abandon. Sorry for the mess, Anon. I lean on the desk for support, clutching my side. Don't worry about it. You should see my own room. Clothes and cornflakes everywhere. Cornflakes? Carefully look at anything other than the bra that Rosa is hanging up. Yeah, it's for my pet. Oh, you have a pet, mi novio? I could see the gears inside Rosa's mind grinding to a halt. A pet you feed cornflakes? Rosa pauses her cleaning, shooting me a questioning stare. Well, he's a Roomba, so... Rosa gives me a look, one that has been passed from woman to man for centuries. Just get on the bed, Tonto. Hey, I saw that smile. You want another bruise? I hold up my hands in surrender, letting Rosa guide me down onto the bed. Seeing her smile like that may have helped my mood, but it did little for my body. Oh, there we go, mi novio. Nice and easy. Clenching my teeth, I managed to swing both legs onto the bed. It hurts like what? It hurts like a motherfuck. I'm suddenly aware of the colored crucifix above Rosa's bed. Probably shouldn't swear too much. Wait, haven't I been wearing the crucifix Rosa gave me this whole time? Comfortable? Compared to my bed back in Skin Row, it's like laying on a cloud. Yeah, thanks. Just relax, I'll go get the medicine kit. Rosa gives my hand a squeeze before heading back down to the hall, leaving me alone. What is it? Like fucking the medicine kit's like what, a Sprite and a fucking what is it, Vicks or something? I don't know. I forget the meme. Rosa gives my I forgot that. In her room. In my girlfriend's room. On her bed. With no parents in the house. Man, been a while since I had 5-alarm spaghetti alert go off. Okay, I think I gotten enough stuff. Rosa re-enters the room, arms full of gauze, creams, and various poultices. Some of this stuff I think Poppy uses on his scales, so we probably don't need those. A bottle sporting a picture of a smiling dino with a Spanish catchphrase is discarded onto the desk. Alright, Anon, shirt off. No way in hell am I letting Rosa see my skeleton bod. Can I just pull it up a bit? Take it off. Come on. Come. Oslo Ahora. Okay, okay. Gritting my teeth, I managed to pull my shirt up over my head. My chest looks like a checkerboard of splotchy bruises. Oh, my poor Chico. Rosa traces the outline of one bruise gently, causing me to flinch. Sorry, did I hurt you? No, it's just... I feel my face start to redden. Come on, Anon, this is stupid. You and Rosa kiss all the time. So why is it weird for her to see you without a shirt on? Maybe we start with my back, you know, to ease into it. I managed to roll over, holding my increasingly red face in the pillow. New picture. Dios mio, some of these are bad. I can hear a squirting sound from behind me. No, Rosa, put your pickle away! I don't need your pickle juice on me! Try and relax, Anon. Tenderly, Rosa starts rubbing the mystery ointment into my bruises. I hurt my teeth at first, but soon she finds the right amount of pressure to apply. Better? Mm-hmm. The balm begins to warm, slowly draining the aches and pains out of my screaming muscles. Getting the best ends in Snoot and Wani require the male protagonist to shoulder an unequal burden because cavemen have simping tendencies themselves. And Wani, you have to let Olivia do stuff for herself. If you shoot her down and do everything yourself, you get ending 2 or ending 3. Olivia barely does anything, even with the correct choices, though. Relaxing, I close my eyes, getting lost in the hypnotic repetition of Rosa's fingers. Feels nice. Is that singing? It's nice. Spanish, though. Is that the radio? I wonder who... I slowly flutter open. The mysterious melody that cooed me to sleep is still going. I'm so relaxed it takes my brain a second to catch up on things. What I've been hearing this whole time has been... Rosa. I can't understand the words, but I don't need to. I can hear it in her voice. The compassion, the kindness, the love. Oh, you're awake. I twist my torso slightly, peering up at her. Rosa's fingers idly trace across my back. That was beautiful. That song. What was that? Rosa shifts on her bed, tucking her legs underneath her. It was the song Mama used to sing when I was a little girl. Her eyes unfocus a bit, as if she's reliving something in her head. She used to hold me in her arms and rock me to sleep whenever I was scared. It made me feel safe. I've woken up enough now to twist onto my back. My mom did the same thing to me. At least back when she still cared. Now, though... Rosa. I hate myself for the question I asked next. About your mom. The empty house, is she... did something... I'll let my words die. Even for me, it's too painful to finish them. More art. What happened to Rosa's rack? It seems like it shrank more. No. A moment passes between us. Somewhere outside, a bird starts to squawk. Rosa stares hard at her hands for a second longer before nodding. Anon. Rosa brushes away a tear. She, Pappy had to take her back to the hospital. It's getting worse. Oh no, there was supposed to be something that was showing here. Sadro 3, and we don't get to see it. Oh no. Unless I can look in the files real quick. I know I probably shouldn't, but I have to. Assets folder. This would be CGs, wouldn't it? No, I don't think there's an image for this. Nothing's labeled as such. Apparently there is video. Apparently I spoiled myself for prom images, but I guess that was expected. Oh well, whatever. Sadro 3. It's getting worse. Porco Spanish is always a treat. No, it's not. I've gone through the game since I beat it. I only read fics, so I'm not the clearest one on the details. It just pisses me off that Olivia gets off so easily for messing with Inko for her own gratification. I think we're only halfway through this mod at best, if we could count the alternate endings, and that's assuming they don't last longer than the first version. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. I wouldn't know. We're like just a little over 3 hours in, so maybe after this part we'll wrap it up for now. The tears flow freely now, and there's nothing I can do, nothing either of us can do. Rosa turns back to me, her voice suddenly harsh. Why? Why can't I do anything? I'm supposed to be good at it, Anon, helping people. So why can't I do anything about my own mother? Anguished Aquilop shuffles closer to me. I can fix you, Anon. Make you better when you're hurt. Make you smile when you're sad. Her voice is pleading. Please, Anon. Please tell me how to fix her. Whatever strength Rosa has left finally fails. She falls back against the wall, sobbing uncontrollably. In a second, I have her in my arms, bruises be damned. She buries her face in my chest, hugging me tight. Watch the horn! Fuck it, I can ignore the pain. I'm not the one hurting anyways. Rosa? I end up spending the afternoon at Rosa's house. Rosa had made plans to visit her mom in the hospital after school, so that gave us a few hours alone together. I wish I could say it went how I always imagined being alone with her would go. In my mind, I had pictured Rosa inviting me back to her room like in all those insipid rom-coms. Instead, Rosa was a total mess, emotionally. After crying on my shoulder for an hour or so, she finally managed to peel herself off long enough to make us some food. Even though I was feeling better, she still forbade me from getting up. We ended up watching a rerun of some Mexican soap opera while munching on some rehydrated carne asada. It would have been a great way to spend time with her, but I could tell something was off. Whenever I glanced over at her, Rosa never really seemed to be watching the TV. She kept checking and rechecking her phone for messages too. I couldn't blame her, even though my own relationship with my parents was strained. If I learned one of them was in the hospital, I'd be worried too. Ooh, there's another yawn. That's great. Well, probably. Okay, maybe I'd send a card or something. Eventually, after a two-part episode where I think someone accidentally married his sister's aunt's cousin's gardener, Rosa offered to drive me home. Are you sure you don't want me to go with you to the hospital? Rosa and I were lingering outside my apartment, saying our usual long goodbyes. No, mi novio, you need your rest. Rosa's attempted mom glare is harmed somewhat by the fact that her eyes are so puffy from crying. I will be okay, I promise. I can tell she's putting on a brave front for me. The entire drive over here, she was obsessively checking her phone for messages from her dad. It very nearly caused a serious accident. As much as I care for her, Rosa is a menace behind the wheel. Just let me know if you want to talk about it. Now, go get some rest. Rosa gives me a quick peck on the cheek, and for once, I'm glad it doesn't come with a hug. After climbing into her car, Rosa rolls the passenger side window down for just one more thing. Hang on. I have to lean over somewhat to meet her gaze. This time her mom glare is perfect. No more skipping class. I linger long enough to watch her peel off, quick enough to leave tear marks on the street. Alright, I'll probably end it right there. Oh, this was Worlds Collide. I wish that mod would be finished. Main menu. We'll wrap it up. Do a recap or whatever all that is that I do during the end of the stream. Catch the final roll call. 30 people, that's not bad. Oh my god, notifications need to shut up. Please. Sadro 3 is in the version Smugfox played. It just says work in progress. This cutscene is temporarily delayed. How long has this mod been in development? For years. I mean, I watched Smugfox before I streamed Blondie, so it's definitely a long time. Thanks for the stream. Thanks for being here. That vid was 2 years ago. Yeah, it's crazy. I keep getting fucking DMs from fucking fan fiction and fiction press about people wanting to do art for my fucking works, but they never mention anything relevant in those works. It's all just fucking botting, and people probably use AI art to get a quick buck worth. That's so stupid. I wish they just get stomped out already. Yeah, I'll read this one. Hi, I just finished reading your story and absolutely loved it. I keep picturing all the scenes in my head, and it hit me that your work would be amazing. Would be an amazing comic. I'm a commissioned artist, and I'd be thrilled to help bring your story to life visually. Imagine your characters, which they will never name, bursting off the page with dialogue bubbles. It'd really capture the reader's attention. No pressure at all. But if you're excited about this idea as I am, I'd love to connect. Feel free to reach out to me on Discord, where I could share my portfolio and other socials. Really looking forward to chatting and exploring where this could go. It's all bullshit. It's like every week now I'm getting fucking messages from them. It used to be little, and now it's like fucking overflowing. It's crazy. And I haven't even posted there in like years. I wish it'd fuck off. Porky speaking Spanish is the best. No, it's not. Ever heard back from Throne? Not yet, but I'm going to check again. I've been peeking the email, and I'm hoping I didn't, like, miss it and, like, it goes to spam, but I don't think Thrones ever went to spam. I'm going to check. Check the spam folder. The fuck is this? Fucking mail from spam, and it's just a bunch of numbers. Like, I don't think I want to click on that. Sorry. Yeah, I don't think they got back to me, so I wouldn't blame you if you went for a chargeback. I'll just not have to put tangible items on my Throne wish list anymore. Don't trust it. Which is funny, because I tried to put more PlayStation gift cards on there for Fortnite, and Throne wasn't having that either, apparently. I'm getting a little fed up with them, honestly. Sounds very chat GPT. It probably is. All those messages are probably bot written. Great stream. Really wish the dev would just finish this mod. They already have some endings done. Why not just finish it? It's working with Rempy. That's probably like just the coding and stuff's probably just all a hassle. Like you're sitting there. You're not only just script writing. You're like actively doing actions and posing and movements, scene creating. It's more than just writing a script. It sucks. That's why I wouldn't want to do it, because I'd just be sitting there barely even out of like the first scene trying to get things right, and then I'd probably just get fed up. Sounds like a bot it is. Get Grok to write a reply. No. Alright, Porker, have a great day. Gonna get back to work now. Alright. I can wait. It's not a big deal. Well, it's been like over a month. Like, when was... Hold on, let me check. Yeah, that was back in April 14th. I think. Yeah. So, pretty much half a month already. And that's just when they said it was delivered, not when it hasn't even been ordered or shipped. That's a pain in the ass, I can confirm. I'm surprised there's not been a program out there that you could just drag and drop like a movie maker, but for Rempy, you know? Why hasn't Rempy have its own RPG maker, you know? Where all you have to do is put in all the sprites, all the backgrounds, and you just plop it down on like a fucking screen, and then record where you want your characters to move or what you want them to do. It's either that or having an AI do it, like with Roblox does with fucking programming now for games. I feel like Rempy's just really late to the game on that shit. That shit should have been made like years ago. If we had like a fucking movie maker for Rempy, people could just throw their fucking fanfics away and start just mod making, dude. That shit would be pumped out easily. And I don't know why we're not there yet. I feel like that program's a fucking no-brainer. I don't know. But I got a feeling whoever's gonna make it now is going to price the fuck out of it. I just realized I did this whole stream in Top Chat, so I could have missed some people. That's great. Let me browse the Boru. My program's still sloppy. Well, that's what I'm just saying. Like, if they made a movie maker, all you'd have to do is upload the shit you want to put together, and then just, like, give it an action or whatever. Like, it'd just be like a drop-down menu of what actions you want to happen. Like a drag action, you could drag a character across the screen, you could flip them. You wouldn't have to do any fucking typing. You just have to click an action, click on the fucking character, or group of characters, and they just do what you want them to do. No typing involved, unless it's like for like an amount of time you want them to do something, you know? I just feel like it'd be easy. Okay, what's with all the recent Zero shirtless pictures? People have been drawing Zero as, like, buff. That's crazy. Like, why? Oh. Man, Boyer's been kind of slowish today. But yeah, I guess I should just get going. Chat's quiet, and I'm gonna head off, cool down, and get ready for bed. Maybe that or play some golf. I've been addicted. I guess Wednesday we'll pick up the mod, and then Friday will be Wani Stanku 3. And boy oh boy do I have the thumbnail for that. People are gonna probably flip a shit. But whatever. That's whatever. It'll be fine. I'm gonna go now. See you guys.